Good afternoon or evening, everybody. This is Trevor with Carrot. I'm crazy pumped about today's live training, and just want to make sure that the technology stuff is working right now. And while people pop in here, there should be a questions panel in your bottom right, and people are popping in here right now. This is going to be fun. I'm getting my technology stuff ready. Let me close down this thing right here. And as you guys are popping in, if you can, pop through the questions panel really fast. If you guys can hear me, and if you can see me, there should be the questions panel on the bottom right. Like I said, a little blue button. And that way I know that the technology is working. So give me a quick little double yes if you can see me and hear me in the questions panel. And I want to make sure there's not a bunch of shy people out there, because this is going to be an interactive training. I want to make sure you guys are really have a chance to ask some good questions in the call toward the end. And also, I want to know where people are calling in from. I'm always pumped to see and hear where people are calling in from, so we can almost have like a little digital connection over here with the internet. Can you guys see me here? Quick double yes. Awesome, cool. A bunch of people popping in here. Roy, what's up, dude? Roy, I got your text message, man. I got your text message, and I have not texted you back, so I apologize about that, man. So let's have a phone call tomorrow or early next week, and let's connect, dude. It's awesome seeing you and meeting you down in Dallas. Cool, looks like a bunch of people. See if you guys can pop to the question panel too. Where are you calling in from? Now let me know where you're calling in from, quick city, and also what type of investing you do and why you came on the call. Like, where are you calling in from, why you came on this call. I want to make sure that I meet your expectations. I want to make sure that you guys are carving out this time and investing this time out of your day. It could be an evening if you're on the East Coast. On the West Coast over here, of course, it's 4 o'clock Pacific time right now, 4:02 actually. And I want to make sure that whatever time you guys are carving out today, that it's worth your time, that you leave this call having gone, okay, I really feel like I've got a clear path, I've got the tools, and I've got the mindset to be able to crush the rest of my 2018. And let me know where you guys are calling in from right now. I'd love to celebrate where you guys are calling in from. It's pretty cool. I actually just wrapped up a podcast. I do a podcast called the Carrot Cast, and did a podcast just now with one of our market leaders. This training today is called the Market Leaders Revealed Training. We're going to show you guys why we're doing it. And we dove into some data toward the start of the year, toward the end of the year, that we're going to be showing you guys. We're going to be showing you guys what are the correlation points with the people who are doing the best in our platform. Okay, over 1.2 million online opt-in leads. It doesn't include any of the phone call leads that came in. So that pushes it well over 2 million. Over 1.2 million online opt-in leads that came over into the past 38 months or so, just on the investor side of things. So mainly motivated house sellers, off-market type deals. Okay, we broke apart that data and we said, okay, what is it that our best clients in these markets, according to the data, are doing? And we found 3 correlation points. We're going to be showing you guys those correlation points and giving you some specific actionable tips that you can do with your online marketing. And one of those guys was Tyler Ford. I just did a podcast with him on the Carrot Cast, and it's so cool being able to celebrate this stuff with him. On that podcast, he gives a seat in about a week. He basically said a year ago he was about ready to give up his business in Tucson. He'd been in real estate for 20 years. He was about ready to give up because his business was not fun anymore. It wasn't crazy profitable. His lead sources were drying up. He made the leap, and he changed to the model that we're going to be teaching today. And we're going to be showing you some of the things that he's doing. And he's crushing it. He said he's had the best start he's ever had in real estate this year up to the first 2 months of the year. And he's a small deal volume guy, but large profit. So he's closed 2 deals this year so far, net 90K. It's just him and his wife doing the business. And then we have some other guys that are much bigger investors. We're going to show you guys what they're doing. Okay. It looks like Denver, Claremont, Florida, near the Orlando, Florida. Awesome, man. Michael, you've been on this one before, man. Great to see you here, dude. Jeff, what's up, dude? Cool. People from all around the place. Littleton, Colorado. Looks like about San Antonio, Texas. Got Baltimore, Maryland. Denver once again. Cool. Awesome. So I'm going to be starting this call, and we're just going to dive right into this call. And like I said, it's called the Market Leaders Revealed Training. I'm going to switch over the slides here in a second. But one thing I want to point out to you guys right here are these 2 canvases in my office. Okay, a couple of years ago, I started theming out my years. I started going, okay, as I lead into a year, I want to set a theme for the year, and I want to be able to integrate that theme into everything that I'm doing around the thing that I want to most improve in my life. This one here was 2016, and it was because I wasn't focusing on the things, like I wasn't actually doing the things that mapped to what I said was priority. action expresses priorities. And so that was my theme for 2016. And what I want you guys to be doing today is looking at what are the priorities you've laid out for this year. You have goals that you've set, right? You have goals. Are the actions that you're doing right now today mapping towards getting you towards those goals? If your goal is to do X amount of deals this year, are you actually doing the things in your marketing that are going to get you X amount of deals this next year? And one of the big things I want to make you focus on is momentum. Okay, momentum is a big deal. I'm going to be talking about how to build momentum in your business, because without momentum, we starve and we do not enjoy business. I'm going to show you guys how to build momentum. This is my theme for this year, okay? Because when you build the business correctly, and I've done it the wrong way, you can actually gain more time. The ultimate goal of an entrepreneur isn't money, it's complete control over your time. Who on this call wants to be able to build a type of a revenue stream and a lead generation model as a real estate investor or agent that gives you complete control over your time? Let me know through the questions panel if that's what you guys want. Like, why are you guys here? Do you want complete control over your time? Dan from Portland, what's up, dude? Let me know if you guys are looking for complete control over your time this year. There's only one type of marketing method that I know, because I've ran lots of businesses, and we're doing it at Carrot. We've been doing it with our highest end clients, and our data that we're going to be diving into shows the same thing as well. There's only one type of marketing that we know that builds the predictable, consistent momentum building machine that gives you this complete control over your time. Okay, so there's a bunch of people in here. I want control over my time. Yes, I want control. Awesome. So that's right there what I'm passionate about. Okay, all day long we can help you guys get deals. We can help you guys get leads. That's what we're the best in the world at that, as far as the online lead generation side goes for real estate investors. But if you guys can't have control over your time, then all those leads we just helped you get are they're for naught. All right, so let's go ahead and dive in. I'm going to share my slides. I want you guys to let me know here in a second if you guys can see my slides, and ask questions if you have questions throughout the call. We'll answer the questions at the end of the call. And also, of course, not going to be shy on this, that we are a company that helps thousands of real estate investors around the country do this. But the thing is, I want to toss out at you, you do not have to be a Carrot member to implement what I'm going to teach you. Okay, so take the pressure off right there. You do not have to be a Carrot member to implement what I'm teaching you. Every single thing I'm going to be teaching you today, you can execute whether you're a Carrot member, whether you have your own website, whatever it is. Okay, we're just going to be laying out what over 1.2 million online leads has tongue-tied. What over 1.2 million leads has shown us that the most successful clients are doing. Right here, Michael says, awesome, man. Dude, Michael says, I'm about to close a $7,000 deal from Facebook ad. It's a Carrot deal. So she's a believer now. Dude, I want you to tell this story right now. So Michael hopped on a webinar I did like this recently. Dude, so when did you join Carrot, and this was not planned, y'all. Like this is the beauty of a live call. So when did you join Carrot, and then what did you do to get that deal, and how long ago was it? Let me know. As soon as I see the answer, we'll kind of circle back to it here in a second. Can you guys see my slides right now? What's up, Mark? Mark out of Garland, Texas. This person out of Ohio says, yes, I do want complete control over my time. Can you guys see my slides? If so, give me a quick yes, and then I'll dive in and make sure I'm not leaving you guys in the dust if the slides aren't showing. All right. Okay, cool. So it looks like we're good to go. If you guys cannot see my slides, let me know and I'll pause. But this right here, like I said, the title of today's call is after 1.2 million plus online leads and almost 1,500 split tests. Here's what we've learned. This is new research, and we keep on adding this new research on as more leads come in. We're going to show you 3 simple tweaks our top members use to instantly boost sales by 245% minimum without being a tech or marketing expert. And one reason that we're also doing this call is I did it originally in December, and at that time our clients were just getting ready to cross over 1 million online opt-in leads. Once again, that doesn't include the phone call leads. And so we wanted to do it as a celebration, but since then, almost 300,000 extra leads have came in just in the past 2.5 months. Okay, and that's only online opt-in leads. It doesn't include phone call leads. So we've added a couple things to this call, and we're really pumped to bring anyone who's been on this call. Cool, you're going to be able to get a couple new insights. Anyone who hasn't been on this call, this right here could change your business this year. Okay, this could change your business. I already know this stuff. Okay, me spending this time to be on this call, even if we get new Carrot clients that want to come aboard, like Michael here from this call, that's not going to change my life. Okay, but if we can lay out a new pattern, a new process for you that is going to change your business and your lead flow, just like I was talking about with Tyler Ford in Tucson, and I just did a podcast with him a second ago, that did change his life. Okay, he was about to give his business up. He was down and out. He wasn't enjoying it. After 20 years in real estate, he implemented what I'm going to be teaching you today, and he's one of those market leaders that we're going to be talking about. And then he's crushing the best start he's ever had to the year, in the most competitive market he's ever been in. And he's also the most profitable, the most happy. We want you guys to have that. We want you guys to have the same thing. Okay, so who on this call is familiar with Carrot? Let me know through the questions panel who on this call is familiar with the company that I co-founded in Carrot. If you are, awesome. It's going to be a little bit of a review for you. If you're not, I want to introduce myself. I'm Trevor. I'm the CEO of Carrot, and we're a software and lead generation company that mainly works with real estate investors. We work with thousands of real estate investors, and the largest house flippers and wholesalers in the market in the entire United States predominantly use Carrot, and they can use any type of tool they want to. And we're so proud and so honored to be able to be honing our skills every single day with that caliber of investor. And we're going to be passing that information along to you, like what's working. That's what I'm pumped about this call. And another cool thing with the work that we've been doing here at Carrot, we've been a part of our mission is to really bring to light rural entrepreneurship. That's one of our missions. Is we live in a small town, about 30,000 people in small town Oregon, and we're building this company to show people you can build a company that is predictable, consistent, momentum building, and makes an impact. And so I was fortunate enough to be on the Portland Business Journal 40 Under 40 list this year. We had a big old gala up there in Portland, but that's not why I do it. Like, this is what excites me the most. Okay, this is what excites me. Let me read off what Michael just sent through the questions panel just now. Like, this is kind of a little audible I'm throwing at y'all. This is what I'm excited about the most. Okay, so Michael just said a bit ago, he said, I'm about to close a $7,000 deal from a Facebook ad. Dude, Michael, let me know. Your picture, you look pretty young. So I just want to have some context here. Let me know how old you are. But he says, I'm about to close a $7,000 deal from Facebook ad through Carrot. So she's a believer now, his wife, or his girlfriend. He joined in January. Okay, y'all, we're like, what is it, March right now? Middle of March, start of March? Start of March. I joined in January. I've done 2 deals from organic SEO and learned about Facebook ads from your free training and Tom Caffarello, one of our clients. He's a large home buyer in Boston. I'll introduce you guys to Tom here in a second. So I should be getting a $7,000 deal in a couple weeks. I'm excited to hop on the 3D per day training and really ramp up my online marketing and take it to the next level. He's 31 years old. So guys, he hasn't been doing it for very long. We can't say that everyone's going to get those results, but that's what I'm excited the most about. Okay, because now, January 2017. Okay, cool. I was going to say, dude, I don't know how you did that organic SEO. Okay, good. January 2017. So he's been hustling some stuff now, and he's starting to get that momentum. Okay, and that's what I'm the most pumped about. Is now that Michael has had that success and that win, he's never going to be the same. And like, you can change people's family trees with this kind of stuff. That's what pumps me up. So this is what I'm the most excited about, is really helping our members and friends build businesses that fuel their life and their purpose, that make themselves and their friends and their family proud of the work that they're doing, that builds that consistency and predictability. On the left is a picture from the Carrot Camp crew. We had an event out here in Oregon called the Carrot Camp this last October. We're doing another one actually in May of this year. So go to carrotcamp.com, and we're going to be opening that up here shortly. It's only 15 spots, and we were connecting with those Carrot campers and really deploying things in their businesses. All these people were active house flippers and wholesalers, already crushing it. And we're like, how can we get you guys to think of how to build a business the right way so it fuels your passions and your purposes? And we get these types of letters all the time, and it pumps me up. Josh and Adam out of California, hey, Carrot team. I got this in the mail. Hey, Carrot team, we're very happy to call you guys our business partners. Y'all have helped not just investors, but their families as well. Hope one day you all can see the true impact of your business and culture. Keep fighting the good fight and keep inspiring others. Happy holidays. When I read that the first time, like, I was choking up, because that's why I do business, y'all. That's why I'm sitting here at 4 o'clock in the afternoon when I should be with my family doing this call, because I know that I can help change the life of your guys' families as well if you do what we're doing. And my perspective in business really changed. My perspective in business really changed about 4 to 5 years ago. Okay, before, I was in a boom and bust business model where I would do lead generation sources that weren't momentum building, okay, that weren't building predictability and consistency in my business. And so many real estate investors and entrepreneurs right now have lead generation models that are not set up to build momentum. They're set up to be able to go out there and get leads right now. Then they taper down. Then you got to go out and do it again. Send another direct mail piece. Drop bandit signs again. And those can be amazing lead gen sources. We're not going to say that they're not, because they are. Okay. But the problem with them is they aren't momentum building things. So when I started to look at other entrepreneurs like Richard Branson and some other people who had built businesses that seemed like it really freed them up. It seemed like their businesses gave them that predictability, the consistency, okay? Gave them the freedom, the flexibility, and the finances that they actually wanted. That's what we all want as entrepreneurs. That's why we start our businesses. We want freedom. We want that flexibility. We want the finances that help enable those. And then hopefully someday we can add impact to the list. The problem is most real estate investors, I want to throw this question at you guys right now. The problem is most real estate investors and agents, your lead generation mindset and model does not allow you to have the freedom, does not allow you to have the flexibility, does not allow you to have the finances that you hoped. Or maybe you do have the finances, but you're always out there having to hustle for leads for the next month because they're not stacking and growing momentum like I'm going to show you today. Now, when I saw Richard Branson going out there running big businesses, but seeming like he's having amazing fun, he has the flexibility to do the things he wants to do, hang out on Necker Island. He has the freedom to do anything he wants to do in his business. He has the finances, okay? It's because he built predictable, consistent, momentum building business model. And that's what I'm going to be showing you guys today how to do with the online marketing side of things, right? Once you do that, you can start to do things we've been doing here at Carrot. We challenge our clients to do too. You know, we've been a part of races that we've helped put together and raise a lot of funds and money for charities. And we try to inspire our clients to do the same thing. And it's always a blast connecting with our clients and being that beacon of positivity and possibility. It's one of our core values. We love it. We're pumped about it. And that's why we do what we do. All right, we love it. So you ask the question, so how is it that you build a predictable, consistent lead generation model, right? The way that you do it's all about performance. I'm going to be showing you guys some performance levers that you can pull in 2018 that our top clients have been pulling. We're going to show you the correlations that they've been doing, but it's all about performance. And back here, let's kind of go back a few years, okay? 2000 through 2012, as far as online marketing goes, we were really in the age of just got to get online, right? The only call to action we had as small business owners back in 2000 through 2012 was get online, because no one was online. As long as you were online and you had a web presence, you were good because your competitors didn't. And you would go and set up a website with Wix and Weebly and Squarespace and GoDaddy, your local web developer. As long as you're online, it didn't matter. Check the box, I did it. But around 2012, 13, that's where we saw this opportunity where we're like, man, everyone's online already. And everyone used the free, cheap, low strategy, low result options to get online. And what's happening now is since everyone's online, the market's cluttered and you're not standing out. Your website isn't actually set up to perform. And when everyone else is online and your website and your marketing isn't set up to perform, what happens is you don't get results. And you wonder, like, why am I not getting results from my online marketing? And so this book here is a good example. Get your business online now. That's all that people were saying to do. Now we're in the age of performance. You know, I pegged in 2013 when we started this business, I said, man, the next decade, the way that people are going to win in this market and actually grow businesses that are predictable, consistent, momentum building machines that get freedom and flexibility and the finances so you can really make impact with your business. All the things that we want as entrepreneurs, the only reasons we start these businesses, the only way you can get that is by focusing on performance first. And we're going to show you those performance levers. So what is performance? Well, performance is how our top clients gain the edge and consistency in a cluttered market. And it's really the path to creating a business that builds momentum. Like I've said, I'm going to keep on using the word momentum. I'm going to use it like 100 times today on this call, because who on this call feels great when momentum is going your way? Nod, raise your hand, pop to the questions panel. Who on this call loves life and you feel great when momentum is positive and moving forward? I know entrepreneurs thrive on momentum. Your business thrives on positive forward momentum. Okay, when momentum's stagnant or going backwards, that's when you're not having the freedom, the flexibility, you're not happy in your business, none of that happens. I'm gonna use the word momentum a lot. And I'm gonna show you guys exactly how to get momentum in your business. See a bunch of people popping yes through here. And and the path to creating a business that builds momentum, acquiring higher profit clients faster, and build the business that will really unleash you in the world. And like I said, you guys probably came on here looking for a lead generation call, and that's what you're gonna get. You're also gonna get how to build a business model that unleashes what you actually want. Because I know a lot of real estate investors that make a bunch of money that are miserable in their business, that are trapped, that don't have the freedom, that don't have the flexibility. They have the finances, but they hate life. And I'm gonna show you how to build a business model that doesn't do that for you, okay? So here's an example of someone that's done that. Dave Brown, one of our clients, he really turned that freedom that he gained by implementing what I'm gonna be teaching. He's one of our market leaders up in the New York market into his passion. So he started executing what we're gonna be showing you, what the data showed. He's been doing this for a few years now. And he took that flexibility and that freedom that he's gained. He does 3 to 5 deals a month in his market, all high profit margin. He's controlling his market. He's a one-man show. Okay, one-man show. I'm going to show you some other people who have big teams here in a second. So we're kind of spanning the gamut here, depending on the type of business you have. And he used that flexibility to go out there and start a podcast that he calls American Snippets. And American Snippets is his mark on the world on how to add that positivity to the world. Because he sees so much news out there, like we all do, that's negative. And like, negativity brings me down. And it did to him too. So he invited me and a bunch of other people on the American Snippets podcast. And he's out there changing people's world. And I love it. And that's what the freedom and flexibility gave him through the business model we're going to be showing you guys on how to get leads. Michael Borger, great example. When we first connected with him, he was living in Hawaii. He does all of his deals pretty much in Hawaii. He's also in the San Diego market. But he was able to move across the ocean from Hawaii over to San Diego with his wife. They had a beautiful baby daughter. And he's still running his business in Hawaii, flipping high-end homes in Hawaii. He makes a bunch of money. His average profit per deal is $75,000 per deal. And he's doing it with this business model. He's getting consistent, predictable, momentum-building lead flow that's only getting better and better as he implements what we're going to teach. And it gives him flexibility to move across oceans and run his business from 1,000 miles away. Okay, Zach Tetley. Zach was literally texting me yesterday, and he's been blowing up my cell phone on this stuff. Let me go find the text, but this is some Facebook notes he sent me about a month and a half, about 2 or 3 months ago is what it was. He sent me this Facebook note, and he sent me a picture of a seller he was working with. And these guys have only been investing for about 8 to 10 months. Okay, they have not been investing for a long time. Dave Brown's been investing for a decade plus. And he says, basically, seller hadn't been to the property in 6 years, family member living in it, but they moved out and weren't paying rent. Found us through SEO online, through these phrases. And he said, basically, we closed the deal in 6 days, 10K assignment deal. And we really made this lady's year. That part, I emphasize it because that part's the part that pumps me up. You can make money all day long, but you got to feel great about the business you're doing, that you're truly being of service to people. Over on the right side, he sends me 2 more deals, 24K, 30K spread on these 2 deals, all through the methods that we're going to be showing you guys. He's building momentum. I'm reading this text message right now. This is literally from March 1st at 10:06 a.m. or it wasn't yesterday, it was a few days ago, I guess. But March 1st at 10:06 a.m. he says 102K in escrow off of SEO, and we're showing you guys some things since our Carrot Cast is blowing up. And he says we just overtook these things. And I love seeing that because these are young guys that are implementing what we're going to be teaching. They're part of the market leader stuff, and they're crushing it. And here's Tom Caffarella, who Michael mentioned before here a second ago, that he implemented what Tom had taught on this episode of the Carrot Cast. But Tom is the largest home buyer in Boston, and he's executing the exact same thing. So it's small investors, people have been around forever, newer investors. Guys, it's a model. This model is you just repeat and rinse and repeat and replicate what I'm going to be teaching you guys today.
So for everyone who's on right now, just to give you guys, full disclosure, I'm a client of Trevor's. I really believe in this product, and I want to just really quickly tell you, Trevor, my story before I ended up signing on with your company.
Cool.
So I'm a real estate investor. I've been doing this for 10 years. I do a ton of volume. I spend a lot of money on online marketing, and I had a really pretty site. Site looked awesome. Everyone who went to it said how great it looked. It had all of my flip properties that I've done on it. I spent a bunch of money on it, but I kept hearing about you. And people kept saying, oh, should I get a Carrot? Because I also coach and work with investors in other parts of the country. Yeah. And they would say to me, should I get a Carrot site? And I'd say, man, why? Just copy my site. Like, I'll have my web guy for $50, copy my site. And then I kept getting this feedback, like I bought his site and now I'm getting more leads.
Yep.
And so to be 100% truthful with you, I would look at your site and I'd say, doesn't look pretty. And I would literally say, this is just a template. There's nothing special about it. And then again, I just kept getting the feedback that your site worked, like meaning it was converting more people. I'm gonna split test this, and I'm gonna send half my traffic to my site and half my traffic to your site, and literally more than double conversion.
So that right there, one of the things I want to point out there is we talked about performance, right? So Tom was the largest home buyer in Boston, and he was at the top of his game, but what he didn't realize is he wasn't able to build the momentum in his lead flow. He was spending $1 million a year on all of his marketing combined, but his online marketing, while it was getting leads, it wasn't enabling him to build momentum because he wasn't focused on these performance levers we're going to be showing you guys today. So we're going to kind of give you a shortcut into exactly what you guys can do to pull the exact same performance levers as him. And we get dozens of these things every single day. I'm going to buzz through these. We call them doses of awesomeness with our clients. So I need to update this slide. Slide's old. It's from the December number. So what it should say is 1.2 million leads and almost 1,500 split tests. We're gonna walk you through three secrets. Write these down. We're gonna walk you through them. If you do these three things in 2018 and 2019, you're gonna be looking back in spring of 2019 going, oh my gosh. I have this lead flow right now. Just like Tyler on the podcast I just got done with. He's like, man, I had the worst year I'd ever had in real estate. Worst start of the year in 2017. I have the best one now. And he executed what I'm gonna tell you guys to do. Over the course of this next year, you're going to see that momentum. You're going to be looking back on, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I made the decision to change the way I was doing my leads, to focus in on this method that builds momentum and predictability and consistency. And while your colleagues are all out of business or struggling who didn't do this, you're going to be looking back going, man, I'm so glad I made that change. Okay. So the first secret is the profit switch calculation that the top investors use to outspend their competitors and pull the rug from underneath them before they realize it. If you get this down, you immediately jump ahead of them and pull the rug out from underneath them. The secret number two, after tests on over 400,000 buyers and sellers, and these are just tests we ran. That's how much traffic came through the tests we ran. These strategic but simple website design elements doubled lead flow, just like Tom Caffarella. This guy knew what he was doing. He has a big budget, okay? And I'm only saying that because he could have done anything in the world to drive his marketing. We're gonna show you the exact same things that are implemented on his website that doubled his lead flow, okay? Secret number three, the traffic stack framework that fuels almost all of the leads the top Carrot clients get that we found in our data. When we looked at those 1.2 million plus leads that came in, we said, okay, let's find the top 50, top 100 clients in these different market regions. And let's look and see what they're doing that is common. What is it about all these people that they're doing the same thing? And those things we're gonna be showing you guys today. Is that cool? That cool if we dive into this, guys? Pop through the questions panel. Let me know if that's cool and we get it, all right? So the first secret here is the profit switch calculation that the top investors use to outspend their competitors and pull the rug from underneath them before they even realize it. Does anyone know who this guy on this picture is? Let me know through the questions panel if you guys know who this guy is, okay? If not, this guy's name is Brad Chandler. If you don't know him, you know his website, okay? He owns a company called Express Home Buyers. And Express Home Buyers is one of the largest home buyers in all of America. And I was actually just on a phone call with him a couple of days ago. He's been a client of ours for years, for about 3 years. And he's wearing our Carrot t-shirt there. We love sending out Carrot t-shirts. A lot of people say they're like the most comfortable t-shirt that they own. And so he sent a picture through there. The reason I'm showing you this is because I had a phone call with Brad about 3 years ago, actually. And this is a guy who has a big marketing budget, has a big team right now. Started off with one-man show, though. But he's built a business where he has true freedom, true flexibility, and he doesn't even work in the business anymore, basically, okay? So the phone call we had at that time was he's running a lot of pay-per-click traffic and doing some SEO, and I was walking through what he was doing budget-wise. And I'm gonna show you this calculation that changed the way that he thinks and he thought about his marketing, okay? As soon as he started to shift it this way, he goes, man, I had never thought about it that way. And you guys are gonna be getting the exact calculation, the exact mindset that he got, that Max Maxwell over there on the left, the #1 home buyer in North Carolina, a client of ours has. Jamie, I had a chance to meet her down in Dallas, Texas this last week at a mastermind. She did 102 deals last year, not just with Carrot, all together, okay, but she adopted this mindset as well. And we're gonna be showing you guys basically this calculation. I want you guys to get out your piece of paper. But before I show you the calculation, and this is gonna completely shift your mind on how you do your marketing, I wanna show you this quote. So this screen grab I took is with the podcast with Tom Caffarella. Once again, #1 home buyer in Boston. He also owns a real estate brokerage of 200 agents. And if you can read it, back there in the background, small, it says, ultimately, the business that can spend the most to acquire a customer wins. Who on this call has heard that quote before? Let me know who on the call has heard the quote before. And also, I want you guys to be honest. Is anyone slightly confused of what that means? Like, why should I spend the most? It shouldn't be like where I'm trying to spend the least to acquire a lead. Should I be proud of my low cost per lead? Well, whoever can spend the most to acquire a customer wins. A business beats its competition by making the same prospect worth more to its business than that of his competition. Dan Kennedy, a famous marketer, says that. So let's break it down in real numbers and what this looks like, okay? And here's kind of an example that we have seen ourselves in this market, where in a hot market like we're in right now, a raising trend that we're seeing behind the scenes here at Carrot is formerly successful investors and agents like 2-3 years ago that were crushing it. We see a lot of them that are struggling right now or going out of business. Okay, they're struggling or going out of business because they're not focusing on making these performance lever changes I'm going to teach you. Okay, they don't know their numbers. They don't know their numbers. And here's a good example of it. This person down here in Baltimore, or in Birmingham, actually, we had a client down there that did the work to get the #1 Google ranking down there, was getting leads, closed deals for about a year and a half. And they ended up coming to us saying, I'm leaving the business. I said, why are you leaving the business? You're closing really consistent deals. He said, well, I'm still getting about the same amount of leads. I'm not closing deals anymore. So why not? He goes, well, for some reason, they're not closing. I said, well, what happened? What happened was he didn't shift his strategy in this market. While the market was changing, he didn't change his strategy. So he ended up exiting the business. We bought his website from him. We said, okay, these leads are coming in. It's got predictable, consistent momentum building machine right there. It's got all this stuff. Those leads are coming in. Let's go partner with the client down there in that market and see if we can close leads. And here's a screenshot from that client that we partnered with. Says, hey, Trevor, here are the HUD ones from our second closing today. We closed 2 deals that day. You should have received your wire this afternoon. They weren't big deals. That's our half of the deal for $4,600. That's for one of the deals. The other wire, we got another one. So our total profit was about $7,000 or $8,000 in one day. Okay, the reason I'm wanting to show you guys this is we took the exact same leads that were already coming in. We had a different mindset that guy did. And we said, let's work with someone in that market who knows how to deploy and sell these deals in a hot market like we're in. Okay, how to compete in that market. And I want you guys to make sure that if you're having trouble closing your leads and deals right now, it's because of your strategy. If you have leads coming in right now and you're not closing them, it's because of your strategy. I'm going to show you guys some things that you can do to crack through and crush it there. So I want you guys to write this down. Get your piece of paper, okay? Here's how the basic math works for the profit switch calculation that I walked Brad Chandler, one of the top home buyers in America, through 3 years ago, okay? And what you're going to want to find out is this. I guess let me pop this through. Who on here has done at least 5 deals? Let me know through the questions panel. Who on here has done at least 5 deals? And let me know how many deals you've done, because it's kind of important. I want to toss something through here. Who on here, on the flip side of it, is a brand new investor, haven't done any deals at all? Okay, let me know that too. And that way I can kind of gear some of this towards your situation. So what I want you to do is write down this. Grab a piece of paper and write APD. APD is average profit per deal. Okay, what the average profit per deal that we see all across America, some are way bigger, some are lower than this, but the average is about $15,000 for a wholesale deal. Okay, so if you don't know what your average profit per deal is, just write 15,000 on there. Okay, if you do know what it is, write APD equals whatever your number is. Okay, next, what I want you to do, and this is critical, how many leads does it take you to get one of those deals? Okay, how many leads does it take you to get one of these deals? Sierra says, I've done 1 deal. There's other people popping through here, done a lot more deals. There's other people haven't done a deal yet. Cool. There's a whole gamut of people, which I love. Okay, next thing, LPD. How many leads does it take you to get a deal? Okay, same thing. Let's go back to averages. The average that we see with online marketing done the way that I'm showing you on this call is about 1 in 15 leads into a deal. Okay, that's the average, about 1 in 15 leads into a deal. So let's work that back. 1 in 15 leads gets me, it turns into an average of $15,000 profit deal. Okay, what we're going to help you guys find is what I call the max cost per lead. And this is a calculation that we kind of pioneered the way that we're doing it. And the reason we did it is because I'd be on the phone with so many different investors, and I'd think back to my own journey and I go, okay, what epiphany did I have that finally made my marketing work? What epiphany did I have that finally made my marketing work, even in competitive markets, especially in competitive markets? And what made it to where Carrot, as an example, blew up and overtook our competition? What was it that made my previous businesses blow up and overtake our competition? What was it when we're working with the top investors or even brand new investors like Brian Rockwell down in Dallas? who just started, I'm going to introduce you here to him in a second, just started at the start of last year, did $700,000 in wholesale gross profits. Half of that was profits that he put in his pocket. What did we walk him through that finally made him jump over and shift his mindset that made it work? It was this max cost per lead calculation. Okay, so I'm gonna walk you through some real numbers right here. Okay, so here's an example right here. Average profit per deal of $20,000. Let's just go with that. Let's say it takes you 20 leads to get one of those. So your leads per deal equals $20,000. Okay, and the next thing that you want to do is go, okay, how much money would I trade in order to get that $20,000 profit deal? Okay, some of you guys might say, well, 10 grand. Well, if that's the case, cool. You're probably not gonna want to do that for too long because that's a lot of capital risk in order to get back just another 10 grand. You're doubling your money there. What I always like to do is try to shoot for quadrupling your money. Okay, 25% of your profit, of your gross deal profit should be put into the marketing to get that. That's kind of my formula. A lot of people shoot for a lot lower than that, which is fine. But let's say in this scenario, your average profit deal is 20K. It takes you 20 leads to get that $20,000 deal. And you would trade $5,000 all day long to get that $20,000 deal. This is where your mind's gonna blow if you haven't gone through this before. In this scenario, what this fuzzy math tells you is your max cost per lead that will allow the math to work for you. The math to work for you, not emotion, the math to work for you is $250 a lead. Who on this call would never ever want to pay $250 for a lead? If you're paying over $200 a lead, you're like, man, my marketing's not working. I'm stopping my marketing because my buddy over here says he's paying $65 a lead. And I want you guys to be honest. Let me know through the questions panel right now, who on here would look at that cost per lead and go, that's way too much. I would never pay that. That's way too much per lead. Okay. If any of you guys are thinking that right now, that is the reason you're not winning your market. Okay, you go back and look at guys like Tom. You go back and look at guys like David. You go and look at guys like Tyler Ford, like I was talking about, that I just wrapped up a podcast with. They have shifted their mindset to wrap their heads around math, not emotion. Math, not emotion. As soon as we have emotions slide into the equation with our marketing, you lose. And that happened to me. That happened to me back in 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I was doing good marketing. I was building a business. I was getting things done. But what happened was anytime I was kind of faced with scaling up my business, I would always hit this wall. And the other people around me were all outpacing me in those times. I was doing okay, but everyone was outpacing me in those times. And it was because I hadn't wrapped my head around no emotion, follow the math. When you can trust math, math wins. Okay, so in this case, you could literally acquire a lead for $250 or under. And assuming all these numbers hold true, you close 1 in 20 leads into a deal. That deal nets you $20,000. You're going to absolutely crush your market. And your competition, the people who don't know this math number, they're going to give up. They're the ones that get $1,000, $2,000, $500, $3,000 in their pay-per-click marketing, and they give up and say, I'm $3,000 deep. I haven't closed a deal. It must not work. I'm going to go try something else. If that's you, I can guarantee you that's the thing that's making it so you're not cracking through in this market. Okay, that's the thing that's making it so you're not stopping. With this math, if you stop your pay-per-click marketing or your SEO or whatever it is before $5,000, you're not letting math, you're not trusting the math, you're not letting the math win for you. That right there is why a lot of people are losing. Let me show you a different example. Let's say your average profit deal is $20,000. Same thing. It takes you 10 leads to get a deal in this case. You still trade the same 5K. In this case, y'all, your max cost per lead is $500. When I walk Brad through this, when I walk some other people through this, what happens is they completely change their mindset around how much they can spend in the market. So while Tom Caffarella is going out there, he's following math. Everyone's looking at him going, how is this guy controlling the market right now? Okay, his math shows he can acquire a lead for anything under $800 and he wins. He wins. Okay. While all of his market's going, man, my leads are $150 to $200. They're expensive. They lose. They go out of business. Tom builds a momentum building machine, predictable, consistent lead flow that gets him the freedom, the flexibility, and grows his finances. Okay, so here's step one. What you're going to do is you're going to drive traffic based on math. Write these things down. First of all, it could be a Facebook ad. I'm going to show you guys some tips here in a second. It could be a Google AdWords ad. It could be SEO, whatever it is. You're driving traffic to your website. And let's say that your math shows that your cost per lead is $350. So what should you do in this case? Now, I want to throw this out to you guys. Now, the max cost per lead is just the mathematical max. We want you to spend way less than that per lead, and you're likely going to spend way less than that per lead, okay? And Tom Caffarello's example, for his market, he could spend up to $800 per lead because his average profit per deal is like 75K because he's flipping houses in a really hot market, a crazy market of Boston. But he's only spending like $250 a lead in reality, 300, sometimes 400. But even at that, he's crushing the market. So drive someone to your website, your cost per lead, in this case, okay, let's say your max cost per lead is $350, but you're actually only spending $130 per lead. And let's say it takes you 20 leads to get a deal. Okay, your average profit per deal is 10K in this case. Now that's 7,400 profit per deal, right? So every $10,000 profit you close, you are basically $10,000 profit deal you close, you're basically netting 7,400 bucks. Who on here would love to churn $7,400 profits all day long? Okay, some of your markets, the numbers are gonna be way bigger. So right here, step 2 is you refine performance. So after you kind of get the math calculation down, and we're going to be really hitting the meat of this right now. We're going to be really hitting the meat of this right now, y'all. So after you get the math part of this down, every step in the process, there's likely performance levers that are losing you money, can gain you free money. And this is what we found when we dug into that data. And we found, what are these people doing that everyone else isn't doing that's crushing for them? So the first thing you can do to really refine performance in your marketing, I'm going to show you guys some tips, specific things here in a bit, but you can lower your click costs if you're doing Google AdWords or Facebook, right? So you can make your ad better, you can make it so the copy's better, your image is better, your targeting's better, whatever you're going to be doing there. And we actually have a way that you guys can get our Facebook course for free here towards the end of the call. We're going to show you guys how to do that. It's going to show you how to do your Facebook marketing, but you can make that cost per lead lower or cost per click lower. Another big way that I'm going to be showing you guys in step 2, the secret number 2 of this call, is you can increase your conversion rate on your website. That's one of the biggest boosters you can possibly do. Like Tom was mentioning, his leads double when he implemented the things I'm going to be teaching you guys in step 2 here. Okay, if you double your lead flow, what's that happen? What happens to your profits? Another way you guys can refine your performance in your business is to increase your close ratio. Who on here believes that you can actually increase the deals that you close based on what you put on your website? A lot of people think that your main goal is just to get the lead to come in on your website, but in actuality, there's some things you can put in your website. I'm going to show you guys what you can put on your website here in a bit that is actually going to give you a chance of increasing the amount of leads you actually close into a deal. Okay, I was on a call today with the largest home buyer in Maryland. And we work with a ton of the largest home buyers. Also, we work with a ton of people who are just getting going, like Michael on here, who's closing a 7K deal. What was it, today, tomorrow, something like that. You can do some things on your website that increase your close ratio. So why does your website conversion rate matter? Well, in this case, we run lots and lots of split tests here at Carrot. We do more testing on our platform than any other platform in the entire world for real estate investors. And that's why people get such great results. Okay, and then with this particular example, I never knew 10 years ago that I could change 5 words in someone's website and double the leads on it. Okay, is anyone skeptical at all that you could change 5 words on someone's website and double your leads? I was until I dove in over the past 10 years and became a conversion rate expert. We're like, what if we test this, this button size versus this button size? What happens if we change the form around to do this? What happens if we put these words here versus there? What happens if we change these words to these different words? And we've tested almost 1,500 different things over the years. And we found the things that are going to give you the best chance of highest conversion, more leads, more deals, without having to have any extra traffic. In this case, this is a client in Florida. We changed the words from submit on his button to literally get my fair cash offer. This is an actual screenshot from that test. His leads more than doubled, 123% conversion increase. Okay, his lead flow went up by 123% instantly. That's performance. That gives you leverage. That builds momentum. Everyone who's focusing, who has a website or a lead model, it's like, yeah, I'm getting leads. It must be working. Like Tom, he's like, dude, it must be working. I'm getting leads. He didn't realize he's giving up half of his revenue because he didn't know any better. So let's work through some math. So using this example, could doubling conversion would lower lead cost by half and double your leads. All right, so let's use that example we were using before. The old cost per lead equals 130 bucks. Okay, let's assume that the website in this example, the conversion rate on it is 5%. So 5 people out of 100 people convert into a seller lead, a buyer lead, or whatever. Let's use that example. And let's assume that 100 leads came in through that website. Okay, average profit per deal of 10K. leads per deal. It takes 20 leads to get that $10,000 deal. Using those numbers, that'd be 5 deals, okay, and that'd be $50,000 in profits. That's amazing. That's amazing, okay? But what happens on the flip side of it when you focus on performance? This is how you get that momentum. This is how you get the momentum, the predictable, consistent lead flow that gets momentum like I've been showing. Is you focus on those performance levers, those tiny, tiny, tiny performance levers that make a big difference over the long term. Right here, this example, let's say your conversion rate went to 10% using some of the things I'm going to be teaching you guys here in a second. Okay, now you have 200 leads, the exact same amount of traffic. You still have the exact same amount of traffic that came in. You didn't spend any extra money to get those people to your website, but you have twice as many leads. Just that one change of making your website convert better in a competitive market netted you 10 deals. It doubled your profits to $100,000. Okay, are you guys starting to get these performance levers and how they make such a big difference in your business? One example, you did great. You made $50,000. Another example, your competitors made $100,000. They're able to spend more money than you now. They're going to flush you out of the market. You're going to be looking back at the end of the year going, man, why am I struggling in this business? Those people aren't. It's because of the performance side of it. Here's another example. This is a screenshot from a split test that we did. We tested the number of form fields on the homepage. So, when you look at a website, I'm going to show you guys some examples here in a second, but you look at a website and you see, hey, it's address and things like that. The first website we tested had 5 form fields on it. Okay, it had 5 different things that a seller had to put in there in order to become a lead. The next test had 3 form fields. And we've tested 5, 9, 2, 1, all kinds of different things, okay, over the years. The variation, the one with 3 form fields, increased conversion rate by over 16% in this example. Some of the websites we tested is well over 20% more leads, some of them around the 10 to 15 to 20%, okay? So at the end of the day, by just changing one thing, we gave this client almost 17% more leads with no extra traffic. Almost 17% more leads, y'all. Who wants 17% increase in your income just by making one change? Who wants that? Well, let me know through the questions panel if you guys want to say, where else are you going to get that return? Like, people freak out about an 8 to 10% return in the stock market. Guys, this is a 17% return immediately. The other one I showed you was 123% increase in their leads and revenue. Okay, so let's use this example. Let's go one step further, okay? Let's go one step further. So in this example, once again, you doubled your profits by increasing your leads. So here's an example from Ryan Berry, one of our market leaders up in Ohio. And we sent him an email and said, hey, what has Carrot meant to you? He said, number 1, leads, constant, daily, nonstop leads. Number 2, credibility. Almost everyone checks us out, and our Carrot site gives us awesome instant credibility. Number 3, SEO rankings. We've got them. Number 4, new content. Man, I love not having to write blog posts every week. I just schedule them inside a Carrot, boom, and done. Trainings, I'd follow them to a T and have gotten great results. Value, I'll never stop, and this is the part that I love the most. I'll never stop paying you. It's chump change compared to the value I get. Where else can I put $1 in and get 63 back? What I want you to focus in is that last line. That's performance. Ryan is talking about performance levers in his business, and he crushed it last year. He did almost $1 million in profits with direct mail. And then he amplified that with his online. He's doing direct mail in a way different way than anyone else that I've ever seen is doing it. And we're going to show you guys how to get his exact direct mail pieces that are working. I guarantee you guys have never seen direct mail the way he's doing it, okay? And then we're going to show you guys how to get all of his direct mail pieces for the probate market. And that alone could crush your business this next year, all right? So kind of going back to this, whoever can spend the most to acquire a customer wins. The website on the left was Tom Caffarella's old website that he loved. The one on the right is one using fundamentals I'm going to be showing you guys in secret number 2 that doubled his lead flow. Okay. So what about your close rate? So once you get a lead, how can you actually close more of those leads into deals in 2018? Can your website assist you in increasing your lead to close ratio and put more money in your pocket? Well, it sure can, according to our data. And so when we dove in and started talking to some of these market leaders, we said, what are you guys doing on your website? Let's look at the websites. Look at the things that they're doing to really pre-frame that seller, that buyer, before they ever get on the phone with them. What can you do to pre-frame that person to be more apt to work with you versus your competitors? So how about this one right here? I want you guys to look at your about pages on your websites. Here's an about page on the left of one of the biggest national kind of home buying lead generation chain companies. Okay, go look at that one. And it's an about page. Like, it doesn't have any pictures. It says our members are well qualified. It's good stuff. It's good stuff, but it doesn't really build any connection. And in a competitive market right now, people know they have a lot of options. So how do you stand out from the crowd and be the option they work with? whether you're a brand new investor or someone who's experienced for 20 years. Well, this one on the right is Zach Tetley and Matt McGack. They're out of Tennessee. They've only been investing for about 8 months. They're crushing it. They're crushing it. They locked down 7 contracts in January this year alone from what we're going to be teaching you in secrets number 2 and secrets number 3. Okay, alone. So they haven't been around for 20 years. But what they did is they took their about page and they said, how do I mold this about page to build credibility, to show people that we're real people? We put a picture there. We talk about not what we do so much, but how we can help you and how we're going to treat you. Our goal is to treat you with integrity and respect. And now we're going to tell you what we do, and then we're going to show you why we care so much. They have their core values on their about page. They have a Google 5-star rating. They have testimonials below that. Which one of these companies are you going to work with if you land on the about page? Well, we find that when members use 5 credibility elements or more in that data from our research, they report 22% higher close ratio. Okay, they close their leads at a 22% higher rate than people who do not have 5 or more credibility elements. That's a big deal. If you take nothing else away from this call but that, and I'm going to show you some specific things you guys can do credibility-wise here in a second, that right there can make it to where you're pre-framing your prospect's conversation before they ever call you, before they ever talk to you on the phone, into being more apt to work with you, whether you're a brand new investor or been around 20 years. Okay, here's a good example. Tarek and Christina from HGTV's Flip or Flop, they've been clients of ours for a couple of years. And this is actually a picture of a heat map. And what a heat map is, it's a fancy software that tracks conversion rates and this and that. And that's what we're running all the time across our platform to help our clients perform better than everyone else. And you can see up there in the upper right, there's a big old hotspot around the button that says Our Company. And the reason that your Our Company page is so important is because all the time, it's about the number 3 most visited webpage in all of our clients' websites, no matter if it's a buyer site, seller site, it doesn't matter. It's the Our Company page. So your Our Company page in this cluttered market, our market leaders, they always had a great Our Company page. They always had a picture of themselves. They talked about why they do business, not just what they do. They had credibility on there because your prospects are looking at that. That one thing can make the difference between you closing a deal and not closing a deal in 2018. That one thing can help you build predictable, consistent deal closings. And if you don't do these things and start to stack them up, you're going to be going, man, I'm getting leads, but why am I not closing deals? My buddy over there is closing deals. It's because of these small things that matter. And it's not your fault. None of this stuff's your fault. You're an investor. You're not a conversion rate expert. You're not a web developer that focuses on how to drive a ton of leads and traffic. Okay? It's not your fault at all. Just follow some of these things and we can help you out. So let's show you how to amplify these results. So let's assume, using the same example from before, you now have a website that converts twice as good, just like Tom Caffarello's web leads doubled when he switched over to do these things that we're showing you guys. He switched over to Carrot from his custom website. And you guys don't have to switch to Carrot, like I said. We can show you the things in this call that you can actually implement. But let's assume that you doubled the conversion rate in your website. Okay, that alone gave you an extra $50,000 in profit from the previous example. But now in this case, let's say that you increase your close ratio from the leads you're already getting. And now rather than 1 in 20 leads into a deal, you're closing 1 in 15. Okay, now it only takes you 15.4 leads to get one of those $10,000 profits. So now rather than 5 deals and 50K in profits, you're closing 13 deals, $130,000 in profits. So I want you guys to stack this up in your mind, because this right here is what the market leaders are doing. This is what our data showed when we dove into those 1.2 million plus leads over the past 38 months on what they're doing. And if you guys want the formula to work smarter, not harder in 2018, this is it. It's not going out there and hustling harder to just get more traffic. You got to have traffic. I'm going to show you guys in secret number 3, our traffic stacking formula and how to get traffic that our market leaders are using. Okay, but this is how you gain the momentum. This is how you gain the predictability. This is how you gain the freedom and flexibility in your business. You profit more from the same amount of traffic is what you got to do. Okay, so how many leads and deals are you giving up today? I want you guys to pop through the questions panel or just internalize, think about that. So walking through these examples, is your close ratio as high as it could be? Are you pre-framing things in your website the way that it should be, or in your direct mail pieces the way that it should be, in order to to make someone be it's like sold on working with you? If not, you're losing money. Okay, is your website converting as well as it could? Even if you're a Carrot customer, are you doing the things that I'm showing you for credibility, for branding? Okay, because we've already dialed in so much of the stuff that's going to give you an advantage. So you don't have to be a conversion rate expert. You just have to dial in your credibility. but how many leads and deals are you losing this year because of underperformance? Are you okay? Let me ask you this question. How many leads and deals are you okay with losing this year because of underperformance? If you lose one deal, what does it cost you? $10,000, $20,000, $50,000? In Tom Caffarella's case, his average profit per deal was $75K. He lost hundreds of thousands of dollars and he didn't even know it from underperformance. He thought it was performing. He thought he was doing everything right. He was getting leads. He was closing deals, but he didn't realize what he wasn't doing that crushed his performance. Okay, the top investors in our data set know their profit switch. Okay, they know how much they can and should invest into marketing before they ever even think about stopping that marketing activity. Okay, the ones who don't, the ones who lose, they stop too soon, honestly, or they don't have high performing marketing working for them. So they either don't have a website that's converting well for them, they're driving traffic to a website that isn't converting well, or it might be converting but might be losing a lot of leads, they don't even know it. It's a leaky bucket. Or they're stopping their marketing too soon. I was talking with a guy earlier this week down in San Francisco, high profit area, and he's just going, man, I put about $3,000 into pay-per-click, but I stopped, man. It's like I just don't know if this is going to work. We worked through his max cost per lead calculation. In his example, his profits were massive in the Bay Area. Okay, I'm going, man. You could technically spend $15,000 to $20,000 per deal and crush it in your market and make the type of income that everyone envies and have a business of your dreams where you have freedom and flexibility in the finances. Okay. But he didn't trust the math. He was going with emotion. He didn't trust the math, and he ended up not executing what we talked about. He really got into the emotion side of it and didn't implement. And he's probably going to be one of the ones at the end of the year is out of business, even though he's using a high converting website. He didn't shift the profit switch calculation in his mind. Okay, so figure out your max cost per lead through that calculation I gave you. Do not leave this call until you do. That's more of a mental exercise to get yourself to jump over the mental hump and get out of the emotional marketing cycle. Figure out your max cost per deal, what you would trade in order to get that. Okay, and then go out there and market. Just make sure you have a high converting website and you're actually doing the marketing well, which I'm going to be teaching here in a second. So that's secret number one. Profit switch calculation the top investors use to outspend their competitors and pull the rug underneath them before they even realize it. Okay, secret number two. After testing over 400,000 buyers and sellers, these strategic but simple website design elements helped double the lead flow. Okay, so I want to ask you guys a question, a little bit of involvement here. What would you guys guess won in this example? I'm going to show a couple screenshots here on dozens of sites and cities all over the country. Okay. Well, option number one, option number two, option number three. So we tested these three designs. Okay, they're all kind of similar, right? They're all Carrot framework. Okay, it's all our framework. So you might look at these and go, yeah, they look quite a bit different though. How are they all the same framework? Well, they're the same framework because of what we know. It's about 800 different tweaks and changes over the years that are stacked up to make our framework work. That's where a lot of people go like, I don't know what the magic is that makes Carrot work, but there's something that makes it work and they can't figure it out. So which one of these examples won? And I'm going to give people a couple seconds here to pop through when we ran a bunch of traffic here, which one of these examples won? Most people, and as things are coming through here, 3, 3, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 1, a bunch of people always choose number 3. The most popular choice people choose is number 3. The reason people choose number 3 is because they see the big investors out there. They see the big investors out there like Open Door, like Express Home Buyers, like OfferPad. The big investors go to the single form field just property address, right? So it's easy to think, well, shoot, the big guys are doing it. That must work better. Well, this is a trick question, y'all. None of these outperformed each other, okay? The thing is, there's market dynamics in play. There's market dynamics in play. The one on the right, we tested this single form field website in about 15 different markets this last year, okay? And in some markets, it crushed it. Some markets failed miserably. Okay, not even close to the version in the middle. The version in the middle right there, that's Craig in Baltimore, largest home buyer in Maryland. We tested that single form field on his website, and it failed miserably in the Baltimore market. Okay, the reason I'm showing you guys this is I want you to wrap your mind around the fundamentals that I'm going to be showing you guys here in the next slides that make a website convert really high. It's psychology at its root. And I'm going to be showing you guys what makes these websites convert high. So you can recognize on any website, does it have these elements? Does it have these elements? And if you're a Carrot user, these are all already built into your website. You don't have to think about it. All of our 10 years of conversion rate knowledge and our continuing knowledge and our continuing tests get baked into Carrot automatically. So you can just go be an investor. Okay, we save you tens of thousands a year just in performance right there. If you're not a Carrot customer, take inspiration from these changes I'm gonna be telling you guys and go work with your web person and you hack them together yourself or figure out what your best use of your time and your money is. I'm always a big advocate in time is money and money is time. Okay, and if you end up costing yourself 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 bucks because you're trying to work through it yourself, that's when my business really took off, is when I stopped doing that. I started focusing on performance and leverage. Okay, so I want to show you guys some stuff. Okay, here's some of the performance levers. Write these down. Here's some of the performance levers that all the top 100 sites have in common in the data that we dove into. Okay, so these are websites all around the country. Okay, every single market, these things always worked better. Okay, there's certain things that didn't work better in this market versus this, like the placement of the form, single form field, whatever. But these fundamentals work better every single time in every single market in the data that we looked at. Okay, so all of the top 100 sites have a clear and large call to action area. Now look at these two websites, completely different design, but the fundamental is the same. On the left website, this is Dave Brown, one of our market leaders. He's executing what we're doing on the traffic stacking method. We're going to be talking about secret number 3 here in a second. But he's gone through and slightly customized the Carrot site. He's got his stuff localized a little bit. We're going to be talking about that here in a second. But your eye is immediately drawn to the call to action area. Okay, and we have a lot of websites where people kind of emulate our stuff, which is cool. Like, that's flattering. We want people to go out there and crush it in their business, whether you're a Carrot user or not. You know, that's part of our mission, is to elevate this industry. Okay, that's part of our mission. So if you go out there and emulate it, sweet, do it. But what we'll find a lot of times is people do a bad emulation and it ends up not converting very well. So there's certain elements in there that I'm going to be talking about on these other performance levers that make that work. But your eye is immediately drawn to that call to action. On the one on the right, your eye is immediately drawn to that call to action area. Big, large call to action area. It's very clear. It's at the top of your website. Always has to be at the top of your website. One of the big reasons, look at that mobile phone example on the right. This right here is right at the top. This is all on their website in one screen. You don't have to slide down at all. Can you imagine landing on that website versus one that's harder to get to on mobile? And with some clients, over 50% of all their leads come through cell phones. Okay, so if you're not nailing it on mobile, you could be losing a whole swath of your leads. I was on a website the other day that wasn't a Carrot customer. The website looked great. I mean, it's a pretty site. There's all kinds of things that they definitely emulated about our stuff, but they missed some of those fundamentals. They missed some of the fundamentals that they thought they were getting, but they didn't quite get them right. And I pulled it up on the cell phone, and I guarantee they're losing at least 25 to 30% of their leads. That's the performance leverage. That's probably, if they're driving any sort of traffic, they're probably losing, you know, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, $70,000 a year. And you can't build a predictable, consistent, momentum building machine that gives you that freedom and flexibility in the finances that we all look for as entrepreneurs. Next performance lever, actual branding and simple. Okay, in this type of market, 3-4 years ago, it was easy. You could throw something online. You didn't have to have any real branding, not a lot of credibility. As long as you had a service that could buy houses, you were winning. Okay, because 3-4 years ago, it was harder to buy a house. So what happens right now is there's all kinds of options to buy houses. So what people look at now is they're a lot more critical on who they actually work with. So they might opt into this website and this website and this website. These are all Carrot sites, by the way, I'm showing you guys, okay? So you'll see how different a lot of these Carrot sites look. Now, a lot of people will say Carrot sites all look the same. They can, but these people just aren't putting the time into customizing them. Or like the one on the left, hired us to do the concierge customization on it to really dial it in and crush it. So this is Tyler Ford's on the left side. Okay, you can see how clear and simple his branding is. It's not complicated. It's not fancy and just like cutesy. It's very clear. He's in Arizona, so it's got a cactus in it. It localizes you to that area. It tells you what they do. They're a home buyer. We're in Houston. We're Tucson's trusted, We're a Tucson's trusted home buyer. It's a very clear call to action. Over on the right side, that's in Arizona as well. He's one of the top home buyers in Phoenix and Grand Rapids, Michigan. Trusted home buyer. No price, or fair price, no fees, no fuss. Okay, very clear, very clean. And they both just happen to be red, white, and blue. I'm not saying you got to do that, but it's kind of patriotic stuff and people enjoy those colors. So clean, clear, honest branding. You really need that in this market. Okay, we're finding that some people end up going with a house buyer just because the warm and fuzzies they get from feeling like they're real company. Okay, and look at these different elements as I'm going through these. You can see the clean, clear, honest branding. None of these are complicated. They're just clean, clear, and honest. Another performance lever here, simple opt-in box. Okay, some of our clients came over from systems where they were getting leads and getting deals, but they had 7 or 8 form fields on there. What we found is 3 form fields or less is your ideal for increasing the conversion rate. But one problem with it is, and the reason a lot of people guess that version on the right converts higher, is it's really simple to put in there, right? It's simple to put an address in. But if you only get an address, what happens is you get an address, but you don't actually get the lead. So now you got to either drive to that person's house or pop them a direct mail piece in there. And what we found is in some markets, we would get the address, but we wouldn't get the phone number, the name, the other types of things in the second form field. Okay. And in our system, we always have a really good dialed in second form field. When we're on the phone call earlier today with Craig Reich and his team, they said, we've got another firm running our pay-per-click with a website that they set up, and we get leads and deals, but for some reason, the leads we get through Carrot are way easier to talk to and they convert better. And there's something with the form that you guys have on there that's just making it work better. What is it? And we walked through all these different tests we've done over the years to make our forms and the psychology around the forms work good. And she's like, whoa, I never thought about any of that stuff. And so they're going to their pay-per-click provider that's using a different website and saying, can you guys kind of do some of this stuff? But you got to make it simple, make it clear, make your call to action button big. Like you guys see how big that call to action button is? When we did that, leads went up in some cases over 30% because the call to action button was huge, especially on mobile. So make it simple. Okay, going to the mobile side of things, go to responsive.oncarrot.com and you guys can test your website and mobile and see what it looks like. But in this day and age, guys, it's no longer like mobile's the future. Over half of the leads that come through the Carrot platform, almost 60% in total, are from cell phones right now. Okay, that includes buyer leads. So seller leads are going to be between the 20% and 40% range, 20% and 50% sometimes. Okay, of your leads are coming through mobile. And it's increasingly growing every single quarter. So a lot of people go, well, my website's responsive, check that box, move on. But what happens is most people's websites aren't actually built to convert well on a cell phone. It might be responsive, it resizes, but it's not easy to use. The buttons aren't in the right spots. The buttons aren't big enough. The form fields are the wrong ones. They're in the wrong spots, things like that. Okay, so mobile's crazy important. Another performance lever right here, they all, like I said before, had at least 5 credibility pieces. Okay, let me go down this list here. Guys, put these credibility pieces on your websites tomorrow. Please, 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 okay? If you're a Carrot customer, get these on there. I was looking at Dan Lane's website. He's a top home buyer in Tennessee earlier today. And we added another credibility piece onto his website just now. Let me actually just show this to you guys. Was it Dan? No, it wasn't Dan. It was Craig. So let me just show you Craig's site. We actually added a credibility piece on his today because it's like, man, when we're talking to people more and more, we're talking to people and they're saying, you guys are clearly the most credible and legit company in the market. Part of that's the way that we pre-frame people here. We added this one in today that is from their Google reviews. You click it and it automatically goes over to their reviews page, which is crushing it. Okay, so what can you do to mold that credibility profile like they've done? If you land here, you're going to work with Craig versus anyone else. They have clean, clear, honest branding, easy call to action. This is a Carrot site. If you scroll it down, look how it resizes automatically to fit that window. So it's resizing right there automatically, amazingly well converting stuff. And I'm just going to bring it back to the size we had before. Okay, right there. But then building that credibility. That credibility is going to give you a big booster. Better Business Bureau. I hate Better Business Bureau. I think it's like a legalized extortion outfit. Does anyone agree with me on that one? Let me know through the questions panel. But it's a necessary evil because in data and testing we've done in surveys, sellers predominantly trust the Better Business Bureau reviews, and then it's Google and Facebook and Yelp in that order. Okay, as far as the sellers go. And so if you're not having your reviews being piled over to the Better Business Bureau, you're definitely losing out on some of those deals because your sellers trust the BBB, even though that we don't like it. It's kind of a necessary evil. So if you are closing deals, actively drive people over to the Better Business Bureau page of yours. You could even incentivize them. At the mastermind I was at down in Dallas, this is something we have been suggesting to customers for years, but it was really cool seeing it put to play by someone that they said at the closing table, they'll actually give someone like a restaurant a gift card of $50 if they are able to leave a review for them on BBB or Google reviews and a video. And so they do it at the closing table while the seller's right there because the seller has to show up for the closing, right? So right there, offer them this incentive to give their honest appraisal of working with you guys. Some other things you guys can do is your Better Business Bureau is a really good, clean, honest about page, testimonials. This right here, tell a little bit about yourself. So this one right here, it says, we promise to be fair, honest, and genuinely helpful. Give us a try, you'll be glad you did, signature. So it really builds in, hey, I'm a real person, okay? And there's a bunch of other things you guys can do as well to really build credibility. Add a credibility bar. So right here, you can see a testimonial. On the right side, there's a testimonial below the call to action area from Norma Sandy. Thank you, Rob and Billy, for a great all-around experience. You were fair and honest, and the process was quick and painless. Get 5-star review posted on Google Reviews. So bake in at least 5 credibility pieces, and that's going to give you an edge. That's what our data showed all the top 100 did. Another one, localized content and photos. A lot of people are honestly lazy, and I was lazy too in the past, thinking leads are coming in, things are happening, I don't need to keep on tweaking things. But once again, if we look at consistent, predictable momentum lead flow, and that's what we're all looking for. Like, none of us want to have our momentum going backwards or stagnant in our lead flow. And the way that you build momentum in a competitive market is by cracking through the clutter, not being a part of the clutter. Okay, these are both Carrot sites. They have all the same fundamentals that make a website convert really well, but they're baking in their own images, their own localization. Okay, you can see Craig's has a picture of a house he's actually flipped, and then it talks about his market below that. Over on the left side, in a smaller market, this is Dan. Okay, he joined Carrot about 2 years ago. Before that, none of his deals were from online. They're all offline. Now almost all of his deals, 8 to 10 a month, are from online. Okay, but he's got a picture of Boise. He's got a video of himself explaining what he does. His company name is actually based off of his location. Okay, really localize your content and your photos. It's going to crack through that clutter. Okay, another performance lever that we found that the top 100 always had was robust and thorough content. Okay, robust and thorough content. And you can do that in a lot of different ways. Here's one of the websites from a Carrot client that's a land flipper. And so even your listings of land or properties, that's robust content, because people see that as you're posting properties and you're posting listings, that's something that shows activity. It shows, hey, these people are for real. Okay, it's also something that Google can pick up and index and give you a little bit of a boost in the search engines. On the left side, this right here is the #1 lead generating website in all of the Carrot platform. Okay, this guy pulls in, I mean, he's got like 30 or 40,000 leads in his platform, rent to own leads. Okay, and he didn't change hardly anything about his website. He added in some extra form fields, actually. He made it longer than our normal one. So he's actually converting probably lower than he even could if he kept it back to our default. But he localized it with a local photo. He put in a simple logo and branding. But if you scroll below this page, you're going to find a lot of robust content. Google loves robust content. And the reason I want to throw this out to you guys is this. Okay, we've ran lots of tests around squeeze pages or landing pages versus what we do, which we call a mini site. And back in the day, this is probably the epiphany that I had. This is probably like 2009 or 10, is we were using squeeze pages for all this stuff, because that's what everyone says you're supposed to do. You're supposed to use squeeze pages, right? Or funnels. And so I'd be driving people to squeeze pages. We were getting leads, but then I started to think, I'm going, okay, so if this thing's converting at 5% or 10% or whatever it is, what's happening to the other 90% of people? Right? So if I'm only giving them one option, only giving them one option, it's either opt in or nothing else. Those other 90% of people that weren't quite ready to engage with me, but maybe could be if I educated them a little bit more and built credibility with them, can I capture some of them back and convert them if I added more content? So what we started to do was we started to build out these mini sites where the thing that people do wrong when people say websites don't convert well or don't drive traffic to websites or don't drive your pay-per-click to a website, drive it to a landing page, is their website's set up completely wrong. Okay, they set up their website not in a strategic way. I'm going to show you guys the strategic way to do it. We do it to where every single page is a lead generation page. Every single thing that they click is strategically placed there to guide them further down the path to work with you. When we started to do that, the mini sites way outperform the squeeze pages. But it happened because of robust content. When people are clicking around to the different pages, it's answering questions in their mind and building credibility with you. And not to mention, Google loves robust content. Okay, so you asked the question like, do these other pages actually work? So here's an actual screenshot from a swath of time in our analytics of leads that came in over a period of time. Okay, the majority of the leads came through the top line, which is the home pages of websites in this amount of time. 137,211 online opt-in leads, doesn't include phone call leads, came in through the homepage during this amount of time. If you go down past the cash buyer pages, those are cash buyer websites, the investment properties, preferred buyers, rent to own, stuff like that. You go down to the seller pages. The number 2 highest converting page was the Get a Cash Offer Today page. I'm going to show you that here in a second. Okay, so almost 4,000 leads came in through that page. What if you didn't have that page? You'd have lost 4,000, our users would have lost 4,000 plus leads. What if you didn't have another page that explained how to sell your house fast? That's almost 1,500 leads during that time over this Our Company page. The FAQ guys, thousands of leads came through the Our Company and FAQ page. Are your guys' pages set up in a way that's strategic to convert a lead? Or I'm gonna show you guys how to do that, okay? And like I said, over 50% of the leads came through mobile devices. So our last performance lever, and this is like really, really timely for a competitive market like right now, is in competitive markets, messages need to change. Okay? You need to change your message when a market gets really hot. And I'm going to show you guys some specific things you guys can do in your websites to change the message slightly to more cater towards this market. And these are things we're testing all the time. We automatically update our website templates as we find these. So sell your house and be done with it. So the We Buy Houses type message still works today, but the thing is, everyone has that out there. I'm not saying it doesn't work, it still does, okay? But in a really competitive market where a lot of people have the option with working with an agent versus an investor, maybe they don't want to wait the 30 or 60 days to work with an agent, right? So that's where you come in and serve them if you're a real estate agent, is sell your house and be done with it. Okay, so now you're getting them to compare, not just, hey, you can buy my house fast. It's like, I just want to be done with this thing. Okay, sell your house on your terms. So that's the same thing that maybe working with a real estate agent might not be able to let you do if you're a seller, is sell on my terms, okay? I don't want to sell in 60 days. I don't want to have to give seller concessions on the closing. I don't want to have a bunch of sellers walk through my house. I want to sell on my terms, you know? Avoid the hassle and months of uncertainty, okay? Avoid the hassle and months of uncertainty. This website on the right is from Jason Bible. He's one of the top home buyers in the Houston market. And he had about a $15,000 website that he had developed, a custom website developed. This amazing website. Okay, really, really pretty website. Let me see if I can find it really quick. I think it's this one. So it's a really pretty website. And anyone would look at this site and go, man, that thing looks great. You know, it's got all kinds of great copy. It's got the great the single form field thing. It's got some amazing things here. It has all the right things you would think, right? Well, what happened was people were telling him, hey, you need to try this Carrot thing. And he goes, no, my site's amazing. So he's running $40,000 a month in pay-per-click traffic, split between Carrot, his custom site, and then one of our competitors. And all I can say is 100% of his paid traffic goes to his Carrot site now. And it's completely anti what people think. He even said, man, it blew me away. I thought we were going to immediately dismiss it and go to our custom site. And what we're doing now is we're actually moving this Carrot site over, and he said he wants to trash his custom site because he's losing money driving traffic to it. All right, we're ready to buy your home, avoid agent commissions in the wait, and also updating your site around big events or changes can help join the conversation. The Houston floods, we had some clients updating their homepage, helping sellers that went through a flood situation. So when there's going to be that demand, you need to adjust some of the messaging in a competitive market to meet that person where they are in that market. That makes sense, guys? That makes sense? Cool. So what we're trying to get across here is every tiny piece exists for a reason, based on thousands and thousands of tests. So if you're a Carrot client already, don't reinvent the wheel. Okay, we have some people who they think that they want to adjust things and be different, but that's the thing. Like, being different isn't good when it comes to performance. And I know that sounds weird. Being different isn't good. Now, being different is good as long as the difference is moving over to something that's higher performing. Okay, but what we'll find is sometimes people going in there and trying to outthink the process, and they're going, okay, I want to look different than everyone else. And then they start to change the forms and move these things around and do this, and then their website doesn't convert as well. So if you're a Carrot client, don't reinvent the wheel. Just bake in your credibility and bake in your localization, and then do some tweaks and pick the design that you want, or hire us to do it if you want to on the concierge program. If you're not a Carrot client, cool, model these ideas that we've shown you to really model what works. Don't do what other people have done where they think, man, I just want to be different, and it ends up losing $10, $20, $30, $40, $400,000, you know, in some cases because they want it to be different. Or you can join Carrot. What I'm going to be showing you guys here in a bit, I'm actually going to be showing you guys how, if you're not a Carrot customer, or even if you are, we have a Market Leaders Revealed package that we're going to be putting together special for you. And you're going to be able to get 6 months of our highest plan here at Carrot for free. with this. So if anyone's interested in kind of not having to go through the slog of doing this yourself, we're going to be able to help you out for anyone who's interested. All right, so kind of going back to this example, if you double the conversion rate, you lower the cost, you then increase your close ratio, you're going to end up putting way more money in your pocket. Those of you who don't do this, I went through the same thing because I'm like, I thought that I was doing the right things because things were kind of working. But over the years, what I've found is there's something called phantom expenses. And phantom expenses are things that I've coined the term where you basically have these expenses that are coming out of your bank account and you don't even know it. You know, what happens if you're losing 2 leads per month, or you could get an extra 2 leads per month just from a couple small tweaks? Okay, let's say out of every 100 people that come to your website, 2 extra people become a seller lead or a buyer lead for you. Just 2. A lot of people look at that and go, I'm paying $50 a month, or I'm paying $10 a month for my site. 2 leads a month, no big deal. I'd much rather save the $50 or $100 a month. Well, let's do some math. Okay, so going back to math, trust math, not emotion. And those who trust math, not emotion, end up winning. So that'd be 24 extra leads per year. Okay, that's cool. That'd be going back to the close ratio we talked about before. 1 in 15 into a normal close ratio would close into a deal. Okay, cool. Let's say your average profit per deal is 10K. So that would basically be about 1.5 to 2 deals per year extra. So that'd be $10,000 to $20,000 in extra profits just from a couple small tweaks. Or look at it the other way. That's $10,000 to $20,000 in profits that should be in your bank account that aren't. Those are phantom expenses. Now, how many leads and deals are you okay with giving up this year from underperformance? Okay, so the question is, will this work for your business? A lot of investors and agents are on this call all around the country, different types of business models. What we're talking about is human psychology here. Okay, we're not talking about, like, this will work for plumbers too, but it'll work for house buying websites, house selling websites, notes, land, investing, credibility websites, hard money. I was talking with Doug Faith, my buddy in Pennsylvania, he uses Carrot for his hard money stuff. Lease option websites, tenant websites. It works for all types of real estate leads and businesses because it's rooted in human psychology. So I'm going to show you some examples here. Okay, so and what I want you to look at is not the design of the websites, because these websites in general are demo websites. They haven't been branded. They're not actual customer websites. These are default version, so you can see the framework here. Okay, so look at the fundamentals I've taught you before, and I want you to be looking at these patterns. Look at the big, clear, clean call to action area. Okay, look at the spots you can build credibility. Look how amazing it looks on mobile. When the seller opts into the step 1, you pass them to a step 2. We found a way to make the step 2 way more effective the way that we built it out. Okay, look how easy it is to look at that call to action area with the big button, robust content. And one thing I want to toss at you guys too is in the test we found the reason that the mini site works better than the landing page. Okay, so don't trust them when people say squeeze pages are the way to go. Don't send your traffic to a website. It's because they honestly don't know what they're doing. Okay, they don't know what they're doing. They haven't gone through the testing that we have to show that this works better. And so if you look in the upper left of the navigation bar, over the years when we first started at Carrot, our navigation bar said home, and then it like just had a random spattering of different things that people could click up there, whatever I thought looked good up there, right? And that's what a lot of us do. And so what we started to do over the years is going, okay, so what if we kind of we're running thin on things to test? We're like, what if we test these links up here? Can we make a difference in conversion rate and getting people more leads and more deals and more profits and more freedom by adjusting the navigation bar? And so we started to pull back and go, okay, what if we adjusted the navigation bar in the exact order that this prospect would actually want to make a decision? What would they need in what order to make a decision to work with this person so we can make them think as little as possible throughout the process? And we go, okay, the first thing when someone lands here on this website, they don't want to opt into a list. Okay, they don't want to get a free report. Get rid of free reports at the top of your websites. Put them on the bottom of your about page, bottom of your FAQ. When they're digging, free reports should be nowhere near the top of your websites for any of these. Okay, get rid of them. You're losing leads if you're doing that. Okay, the reason they're coming there is to sell their house. So your navigation button on the top left should always be exactly why they came there. Sell the house. Then next, it's like, okay, it looks like they have a service that can help me out. Well, how's this thing work? Okay, magically, there's the how it works page. Okay, I kind of understand how this works and how it's a little bit different from working with an agent, or if you're a real estate agent on the flip side of it, because we do have Agent Carrot. We work with a lot of real estate agents as well. Then it's like, okay, I understand how it works, and it looks like they have a service that can help me, but are they legit? Like, have other people worked with them? So then we have testimonials. And then it's like, Oh, I have a couple more questions. Like, what about this FAQ page? And then it goes to the contact page. And then on mobile, if you look at the mobile version of it, the two most important things that they should be looking at on the website and on the cell phone is how to get an offer and learning about your company. That's why we have those strategically at the top of your website in the mobile design. As soon as we start doing that, we got another increase in performance. Look at the navigation bar. Look at the elements on these websites as well. The same model. Why did they come here? They came to see properties, not get on the list. But when they click that properties thing, it's an opt-in page. It's a squeeze page that then gets them into your list. Okay, every single one of those clicks is a conversion page. Every single one. Okay, rent to own, same thing. Step 1, step 2, the fundamentals. Credibility website, same thing. The land websites, same model. See available land. It drives them through our lead generation page. Then it answers their questions. Great on mobile, and then has great blogs and content. Notes. Real estate agents. We're in beta for Agent Care right now. We're going to be rolling out of beta within weeks, and we're crazy pumped about it. We've got dozens and dozens and dozens of people, some of the biggest agents in the country, that are going to be coming aboard Care as we speak. But look at that same exact model. Okay, amazing on mobile. And even on hard money side of things, exact same model. So what we suggest you do is choose the one lead type you want to start with, and then log into Carrot if you're a Carrot customer, and don't launch any other sites until you've got your first 30 leads on that first site, and execute our training from our 3 lead per day training or whatever it is. I'm going to show you guys in a second how you can get our 3 lead per day training for free and 6 months of Carrot for free. Does anyone want to get 6 months of Carrot for free? Even if you're an existing customer, let me know. Okay, but don't launch any other sites and get complicated and confused until you get your first 30 leads in that first site. Okay, so what I'm going to do really quick is, I know we have a bunch of Carrot customers on the call, but also there's probably a lot of people that, I mean, this is just me being frank, y'all. Like, I'm insanely passionate about what we do here at Carrot. And I know, and we see over and over again, when people make a switch from the vehicle that they're in, the thing that they're doing right now, they think it might be working. Over and over again, we see lives change and things happen. They gain the predictability, the consistency, the momentum when they implement and execute what we teach. And then they get that freedom, the flexibility, and the finances that we all hope for and wish for as an entrepreneur. So I'm going to be kind of demoing Carrot for a few minutes. Is that cool, guys and gals, if I demo and show you guys some of the Carrot stuff here, about 5 minutes, and then we'll go on and show you the traffic stacking method. That's cool. All right. Awesome. Cool. So I'm inside of one of our clients' accounts right here. And this is actually Zach and Matt out of Tennessee. And when you log into your Carrot account, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to set up a website. So this one already has a couple websites set up. Okay. And so you can choose from the different websites we have. This is an investor Carrot account, so I don't have the agent Carrot ones in here. But let's say I want to attract, let's just say it's let's say it's a land buyer website. You can select a motivated house seller one too. You can come down here and demo the site, check out what it looks like, and click create your site. So during these 10 seconds, we're basically building in about 10 years of our experience and my investment and all kinds of stuff into making this work for you. Okay. And so we're building on the fastest server that you can possibly think of. We had an outside firm around December, January, do a third-party test on our clients' websites. Our clients' websites are the top 5% fastest in the world. Okay, we built in our whole conversion methodology, everything I just walked through into it at this point, and it launched. Okay, now what you need to do is head over to the dashboard of that website and then go pick your design. So we do so much testing. We don't have 100 designs. What we've done is we've started with the ones that we know with our testing convert insanely well, and then we let you start from those ones. Okay, so you can go and pick from one of these high converting designs. They all convert really, really well. They all convert insanely well. Let's go ahead and choose this one right here. Let's say that this is the one that we like. Okay, cool. I want to start there. I'm just going to go ahead and click save and activate. All right. And then you can also go through and change your colors and your branding, add your logo in there, add a little thing in there. You can upload your logo if you have a custom one. And I'm just going to kind of use some simple stuff. And let's say you want to change your colors now. Okay. I want to go change my colors. Just a quick drag and drop of this kind of stuff. And it's going to change your branding of your website. Okay. You can see this is one way that we brand there. Let's say I kind of like that color. I'm going to make the button color, this color there, whatever it is. Okay, let's go ahead and go back to here. And then I can go up here and change my menus. Now, I wouldn't suggest you change the menus a lot because we baked them in there really strategically, but if you want to, cool, change it. You can change that stuff, all kinds of cool stuff. And then you can change some other things. But like I said, what we want you to do and what our most successful clients have done when we look at the data is they don't reinvent the wheel, okay? Look at the #1 home buyer in Boston, and let's see, sell my house. Boston, #1 home buyer in Boston gets over 100 leads per week. Look at his website. He's got 2 websites with us in that market. He didn't reinvent the wheel, y'all, okay? He did not reinvent the wheel. He just went out there and said, okay, I want something that performs better. I don't care about winning a design contest because I know this doubled my leads, okay? So he could make it a lot different if he wanted to. He just chose not to, all right? So let's kind of go back to here to the demo. So you can do all kinds of things you want to do, all right? So what I would do, click Save and Publish. Now I'm going to go and edit my content. And from here, what I would do is I'd go to content, or the simplest way to do it is I just straight up go to your website. And it's pretty cool. Like when you're right here, you can click this button right here and literally edit your form. Okay, you can edit the form. And same thing. We give you the option to do this. For flexibility, we suggest you don't. Because when we find people edit this up, oftentimes it decreases the conversion on this stuff. What we do suggest you edit is go into your content right here. And we have stock content all ready to go for you. You can see we've localized it for you automatically. Your company name is in here automatically. Your phone number is already in here automatically. We've already done a base level SEO optimization into your website to dial it in for a certain keyword phrase. So I'm going to go down here to our SEO tool. Okay, and you can see we've done a base level optimization for certain phrases like land for sale in, then what your city is. And you can see we then use smart short codes to bake in your city, your state, your company name, other different things to dial in the SEO, the on-page SEO. We take care of about 60% of that on-page SEO for you. All that you've got to do now is go through and just edit some of your content so it's more unique to you. Okay, rewrite that in your own words. Go down here. Okay, what is this saying? Rewrite this in my own words. Swap out that image. Okay, and you can do all those things yourself really, really simply. Then what I would do next is you start driving traffic. And we have different trainings that we're going to show you guys how to get for free here in a second on how to drive Facebook leads and how to do SEO the way that these market leaders are doing, how to do pay-per-click. We're going to show you guys all that stuff. We're even going to show you how to get our pay-per-click campaign that we use to set up our own campaigns for free. Like take this download, upload it into Google AdWords, and your campaign's going to be ready to go. You just update a couple things and you're ready to go. But what I would do next is start driving traffic. So go over to the ranking section and go, okay, well, these are the keywords I want to start ranking for. Okay, I want to start ranking for some keywords. Actually, this one, I can't do it yet until I add a custom domain. Okay, and one thing that we've done is we have free SSL. So automatically when you add a custom domain, your websites are automatically SSL protected. So they're secure. And that's something we do for free for you. We save you about $100 a year right there. So let me pop into the back end of here. So this website's getting leads and traffic. So if I pop over to here, you can start to track your Google rankings. So put in your keywords. We give you some suggestions over here. Okay, and you can add them in there. But then we start to track them for you. Where are you ranking? This one here, let's go, okay, how am I increasing my rankings? What's happening? It shows you when the rankings have increased, decreased. We give you suggestions on what to do next. So you don't have to be an expert here. Okay, and then you just go ahead and go, okay, well, I'm not sure what to do next. Let me go schedule a coaching call with Carrot. Okay, let me go get one of the next coaching calls and get help from Carrot. So we're never gonna leave you hanging. Okay, and then what you're gonna start doing from there is you're gonna start seeing leads and traffic come in. And we're gonna tell you exactly where those leads came in. Did it come from a Google search? Did it come from a Facebook ad? Did it come from direct? Okay, and you're gonna be able to see your stats so you always know what's working and what's not. Okay, so right here as an example, it shows you where the leads came from, the traffic, how long they're staying on the site, where they came from, the different pages they're coming in on, conversion rates on those pages. We give you all the data that you need to really manage your business. Okay, if you're gonna do paid traffic, cool, launch a Facebook ad, following our training, come down here, we're gonna give you a better way to track your marketing. So you can do Facebook ad number 1, go down here, we're gonna drive them to the home page. Okay, we're just gonna drive them straight to the home page. We're gonna give you a selection of pages. I'm just gonna select whatever one. Let's just say that that's the home page, okay? So we're gonna select that one. Let's say that this is a retargeting ad, and let's say it came from Facebook. I click create campaign link, and then it's gonna create a special tracking link for me to where then I can grab that and use that in my marketing. So then it's gonna tell me which ads are actually the ones that are performing good, okay? I'm gonna archive that campaign to get it out of there. There's a bunch of other things that you guys can do with Carrot and really ramp up your stuff. And we've always got your trainings, your content marketing stuff. So this is one really cool thing. If you wanna start to do content marketing better, come into our system and let's just go, I'm a real estate investor. I wanna do some articles for motivated house sellers, okay? And I wanna go down here, let's do this pack right here. This one focuses on some main keywords. We localize them for you automatically. Just go ahead and go here. Yep, I want to do them on that website once per week. Bam, select it, add that. We're going to automatically publish that content for you. And then you can go do some basic edits if you want to. So there's a lot of things that I could show you, but I'm going to bounce back to the presentation here. And I just wanted to show you guys, for those of you who are Carrot customers, how to deploy some of that stuff. For those of you who aren't, I know how it is in business to be trapped. I've done it before, okay? My previous business trapped me. I didn't have the freedom. I didn't have the flexibility. I had the finances, but I didn't have the others, okay? So what I had to do was, I'm like, what things am I doing in my business that are not serving me? What things am I doing in my business that are not the things I'm great at? How am I wasting my time doing things I'm not great at? And I went to leverage and build systems. And Carrot actually came out of solving a problem of my own. I'm like, I'm not a tech guy, and I want to be able to launch these websites that have my conversion methodology things baked in. And I didn't want to have to set up a new WordPress site every time. So then we did it, and over the years, we've improved it. And who on here kind of thinks, just from the basic demo, or if you're already a customer, who thinks Carrot's awesome, right? Carrot really solves a lot of those problems, and that's why the clients in our markets are really overtaking things with the Carrot tool. All right, so that's secret number 2, how to really go out there and adjust your website to double your lead flow in some cases, like it has with a lot of our customers. So secret number 3, now we're talking traffic. So we've kind of stacked these up. We've gone, first of all, shift your mindset around your marketing. That's the mindset that the market leaders are doing over and over again, shifting their mindset around their marketing, their budgets. Number 2, you need to make sure your website is not a leaky bucket. Those phantom expenses can kill your momentum, okay? So those things, if you implement those things in your business, on your websites, it's going to start to plug those leaky buckets. It's going to start to build more predictable, consistent lead flow. But the missing element is, how do I get people to my website, right? How do I get people to my website? So we dug into what those top 100, top 150 clients are doing. When we dug into the data, we said, what are they doing to get the most leads, okay? And it's something that we call the traffic stack framework. And this traffic stack framework fuels almost all of the leads in the top client sites. Do you guys want to see what the traffic stack framework is? And you guys want to see basically, and it's really simple, that's the thing, okay? It's really simple, but it's something most people aren't doing. Let me know through the questions panel if you guys are loving what we're doing right now. Let me know through the questions panel if you're picking it up and if this is making sense to you. And if you're starting to have some little mental breakthroughs going, man, that thing I need to execute. That thing right there, I need to adjust. Let me through the questions panel, y'all. And that'd be awesome. Cool. Sweet bunch of stuff popping through. So the traffic stack framework that fuels almost all of the leads the top Carrot clients get. So right here, where are the leads coming from? Okay, so this is a screenshot that we took, and this is across all Carrot websites, not just Motivated House sellers, okay? And this is only opt-in leads. This doesn't include phone call leads. So the top thing right there is it comes across as direct through Google Analytics, and there's been data that shows that up to 60% of what is called direct in Google Analytics is oftentimes actually organic, where someone's doing a Google search and lands on your website. Google just doesn't give you all the data. So direct is either someone from a Facebook ad, or not a Facebook ad, they're from a Craigslist ad, they're copying and pasting in the browser. It's from your direct mail pieces, or most of it's from Google Organic. Okay, the number 2 thing you see up there is Google Organic. So Google Organic, someone actually going to Google, typing a search phrase, is what is driving the vast majority of these leads. Now, is SEO easy? I'm gonna tell you that it's not. Okay, SEO is a patience game, okay? But those who have patience are the ones who build momentum. You cannot build momentum without patience. Those two do not, they do not exist outside of each other, okay? You cannot build momentum without patience. So if everyone on this call wants momentum, patience has to be part of the key. And momentum comes from organic. Momentum comes from stacking your traffic. The number 3 method is Facebook ads. If you would have asked me this 2 years ago, Facebook was number 3, 4, or 5 on that list, or 4, 5, or 6 on that list, okay? But Facebook in this past 8 months leapfrogged over Google pay-per-click. So what I'm gonna show you guys is the traffic stack framework that's working most for these clients. And search-based traffic tends to be the best. So talking to the clients today, Tyler Ford down in Arizona, Craig Reich over there in Baltimore, and talking with newer customers too, the search-based traffic is going to get you a higher profit per deal. It's more quality. They're more motivated. Tyler Ford said, man, my SEO and my Google pay-per-click leads are by far always the highest motivated people, especially the SEO leads, by far, okay? And they also convert on average 20 to 40% higher on your website than a direct mail lead or some other type of lead, okay? And basically what Google Organic is those the things that show up when you do a Google search, and then on the other side at the top of it is the ads, right? So this is what we hear all the time. My SEO leads seem to be more profitable than my direct mail or Facebook leads. And that's true across the board. So how many of you guys on this call would love to be able to get fewer leads for the same amount of deals, or fewer leads for the same amount of profits, or the same amount of leads and expand your profits over what you're doing right now. And that's part of that momentum, part of that leverage that we're talking about, okay? When you can move towards lead generation sources that lets you win, that's how you start to build a business that you enjoy more, and it builds momentum, you like it. So they really work better when stacked. So this is a screenshot from a blog I did a couple of years ago that kind of shows how SEO works and how pay-per-click works, okay? So SEO on the green part on the upper left shows it's kind of a slow burn over the long term, right? It builds up around that 8, 10, 12 month mark. When you implement what we teach, you start to get that momentum. Pay-per-click, you can have leads coming in tomorrow if you have a high converting website, okay? So we suggest launching some sort of traffic today. We call it short-term traffic, and then building up the long-term momentum building traffic with SEO and with content, okay? And this is a good example. But Dan Toback, the head of acquisitions with Port St. Lucie Home Buyers, they actually were driving traffic to a lead page, a squeeze page, because that's what everyone says, set up a squeeze page, so they did. They were driving pay-per-click traffic to it. They gave up on it, and I was talking to them like, guys, it works. Your page, it looks good, but it's just not set up to convert as well. They thought it was, so they're like, okay, we'll give it a go if you guys can set it up. So we brought it over to Carrot, and he sent us this a little bit later. Carrot team's the best. Great response, the best out of the vendors we've ever worked with. 20K so far in deals net from pay-per-click in 35 days, Dan Toback. So this right here is 35 days after they started their pay-per-click stuff. Okay, they close those deals fast. Now, is that going to happen with everyone? No. But what they did is they started their short-term traffic, then they stacked it on with SEO. And here's a great example of that too, Brian Rockwell. He's one of the market leaders. Brian's a newer investor. He just started at the end of 2016, joined Carrot in December, January, and he texted me this at the start of December of last year. Since then, I've got his updated numbers. I had a chance to meet him down in Dallas a couple weeks ago when I was at a mastermind, but he texted me this, said, here's my gross numbers. I started using Carrot mid to late February 2017 and started closing deals in March. So these numbers are March through November, $611,681.86. Correction, I started my pay-per-click in February, and I started using Carrot in December, January, crushing it. So what happened was he started with pay-per-click, short-term traffic, used the profit switch calculation mindset switch to get in that mindset mode. He's not a rich guy. He was a school teacher, okay? So he didn't have tens of thousands stacked up for marketing budget. But he said, okay, I'm going to trust the math, I'm going to trust the system, and I'm going to trust the training. And he went through our 3 lead per day training, and he went and hired out someone to do his pay-per-click, trusted the math there, and he said, I'm going to put my head down and follow this 3 lead per day training like it's my job. And he did that. Now he's ranked #1 in the Dallas market. He's closing bunches of deals. He ended the year 2017, $700,000 in gross, about half of that net. Now, can I say that's going to happen with everyone? Absolutely not. I wish it would. But this is what happens when someone puts their heads down, trusts the profit switch calculation, goes in and trusts a leverage performance building website like we've shown, built in his credibility, then went and executed the profit stack calculation. Okay, and here's a really good example of how to ramp it up. So one thing that I suggest real estate agents especially do in 2018, is create content every week, because Google's really rewarding websites and companies that put out content consistently. But who on here loves to write content? I don't. Okay, I've written a lot of content in my life, but I don't like it. It's like pulling teeth for me. I'd much rather record a video. So what we had was this agent Carrot client. They're like, we're not going to write content, but they recognize why they should. And we had this agent Carrot client go create a 3-minute and 26-second video. They uploaded it to YouTube. Then what happened next is we optimized it with them for basic phrases that a person buying farmland in Roseburg, Oregon might search. Okay, if you search buying farmland in Roseburg, Oregon, it's not getting searched a ton of times, but it's highly qualified people. He's ranked #1 over LandWatch, over Land and Farm, over Zillow. All he did was a 3-minute, 26-second video. And then what he did is he hopped into Carrot. He went right here into posts. Okay, we have a feature called video post. You went here and clicked video. Okay, I'm just going to go over here and go to YouTube and just grab a URL. Or I'm going to grab a video. Let's grab this one right here, little Lance Armstrong or whoever that is.
All right, the common sense of an 11.
Pause that. Little Dean Graziosi there. Pop back over here, and all I have to do to make a robust, rich content that Google loves is do this. It's going to automatically populate in the title of the video, automatically populate the description of the video down here, okay, and bring the video. And then if I was logged into this account, there's going to be a big orange button that says transcribe this post. And what you're going to end up finding is this right here, okay? is we automatically make a blog post for you that's rich in content. Right here, this is ranked #1 in Google for this client, for a highly sought after client that they're looking for. The video there, we automatically make the blog post. We put the title in there for you based off of your YouTube video. You can adjust it to make it more optimized for Google. We automatically put in your description right there as the starter. We automatically put your video in there, and then we put a section down there that says video transcription. Now what we're doing is we're yanking the words out of your video and creating rich content. Then if you want to, you can come in here, you're gonna get an email that says, hey, your video post is done. You can come over here, bold a couple things, make it more readable, then bam, publish that puppy. We took your content marketing down from an hour to 2 hours per content piece into less than 10 minutes, okay? And that's all automated through this process right here. So kind of going back in here, for those of you who want to take to that next level, after you've implemented a short-term traffic strategy with pay-per-click and Facebook, and we're gonna show you guys how to get our training for free with those here in a second, and 6 months of Carrot for free. And then you go out there and implement a long-term momentum building strategy of SEO or hire someone out to do it. Then you start to just put out content weekly. And I guarantee clients aren't doing this. People on this call, I'm just gonna raise my hand and say this right now, is in a competitive market right now, you've gotta go the extra mile. You have to, okay? Business is not easy, but when you do it this way, building momentum, when you build momentum, business is way easier and more profitable when you get there. You just gotta get over that hump, okay? And we can help you get over the hump. But I can bet 9 out of 10 people on this call are not gonna do this right here. The one person who does is gonna get an edge, and at the end of this year, they're gonna go, man, I'm so glad I did that. I've got momentum. I've got more predictability, more consistency in my lead flow. My competitors are wondering where I came from, and I'm not going away because I'm locked into search engine rankings all over the map for things that my sellers, buyers, tenants, or whatever are typing in. Okay, so I'm gonna toss that challenge out to you guys right there. Hopefully some of you are going, well, I'm not gonna be one of those 9 who don't do this. I hope at least one of you guys is that, okay? And then you amplify it with Facebook, okay? So let me stack it up. Short-term traffic strategy with Craigslist or some sort of paid marketing, leveraging the profit switch calculation mindset, okay? SEO over the long term, and you can either choose to do it yourself and follow our training, which I'm gonna show you, or you can hire it out, and we can show you how to do that too. And then next, you put a simple pixel on your website. It's a simple pixel. It'll take you 2 minutes to get from Facebook. And it's called a retargeting pixel. And we're gonna show you how to do that in our Facebook training. We're gonna give you for free here with this Market Leaders Revealed bundle. Okay? And then from there, you serve up simple Facebook ads that fetch your visitors back who didn't become a lead. All right? And that's basically what those top 100 are doing, is they did the SEO foundation for long-term. We help advance you and make that about 60% easier for you. The way that Carrot's built out, you do still have to do some work, okay? Or hire it out for someone to do it for you, or we can do part of it. You don't have to be an SEO expert though, because we have training and our weekly coaching calls that dive through everything, and we guide you in the software, even if you're not an SEO expert. You then use the kind of backwards content through our video post. That's simple, under 10 minutes a week, okay? Under 10 minutes a week. And then you stack on the short-term traffic with Google pay-per-click, Bing, and then you make sure you get your little Facebook retargeting ad on there. So every single person who lands on your website, you're now following them over to Facebook, and you serve them up a little ad that says, hey, I can buy your house. Hey, here's a testimonial of someone I've worked with. Okay, but make sure, like I showed before, you actually know which part of your marketing is working and have what's called lead source tracking in place. And that's what this is right here. That's all built into Carrot. You're always gonna know where your leads came from, so you know what's working the best for you. And when you do that, you're gonna be called a lead farmer, or maybe even a super Carrot. We send out thousands of our Carrot dolls to our clients when they hit certain levels in our business. And we send out tons of t-shirts. I'm gonna show you guys how to get one of these for free for yourself. You'll be wearing one within the next week. And that's secret number 3, the traffic stack framework, okay? And I know this call is a little bit long. It's the evening. It's past dinner time on my end. My family's probably wondering where I'm at. And I know I threw a lot at you guys. I know I did. It probably feels like a water hose, but I'm passionate about this stuff, y'all. I don't know if you guys can tell that. I'm crazy passionate about this stuff because in my own journey, when I was running my business the other way with a boom and bust lead generation model, and I could never build momentum, I never got that predictability, the consistency that finally unlocked that entrepreneurial dream that I was after. Like why I started the darn business in the first place was to get freedom, flexibility, grow my finances, and make a bigger impact. That's why I started my businesses. But my lead generation model didn't allow me to do that. It just didn't. Okay. So when we found out how to really do this correctly, it unlocked that entrepreneurial dream for me. Okay, now I've got the freedom, I've got the flexibility, I've got the finances, and I have my platform, which is Carrot, to make the impact. And we're doing the same thing to hundreds, if not thousands, of other real estate investors and agents out there. And if you guys are cool with it, I'm gonna actually show you guys an offer. You guys cool if I spend the next 5-10 minutes just walking through an offer that we've created here for you called the Market Leaders Revealed? It's gonna show you guys how to get our software for free for 6 months, our most sought after resources, and our help. And would you guys like our help implementing some of these things in your company? Just let me know. Roy, awesome, dude. Roy says good stuff. You're awesome, Trevor. Thanks, man. So if anyone would like our help implementing these in your company, let me know through the questions panel right now. And if you're cool with it, like I said, I'm going to walk through a bundle offer that we've put together for you called the Market Leaders Revealed Training. Okay, so what you're going to get when you invest in Market Leaders Revealed Training is this. The first thing, you're going to get 6 months of our Advanced Marketer Suite for free. Okay, and if you take action before the deadline, you're going to get that 6 months for free. You're going to get every feature that's in there. I'll go through a few of the features. You're going to get every single feature that's in there for full 6 months for free. This is a plan that's normally $149 a month. You can go to our website and check it out right now. We have a ton of clients paying that. You're going to get it for free. And what you're going to be able to do with this plan is this. You're going to be able to launch up to 3 high converting websites. You can do a buyer site, seller site, tenants, land, all those types of things. Okay. You can do, it's the best SEO tool and training in the industry. If you Google any phrase in the market around motivated house sellers, you're going to find 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Carrot clients ranking on page 1. Okay, that's not an accident. And you can have the exact same advantage. Even Brian Rockwell was in the most competitive market in the country that we've got, which is Dallas. He didn't make excuses. It's like, oh man, there's already a bunch of Carrot clients in Dallas. It's like, I can't succeed here either. He just said, okay, it's without a doubt the Carrot system works better than anything else because the results show that. Like, we don't have to tell you guys that. Like, just do the Google searches. The result, Carrot outperforms everything else. It's by far. Okay. So then you go, okay, check. I'm in the right tool. And now it's like, okay, how do I now outperform those other people using Carrot? So at least I'm not at a disadvantage now because I'm not using the best tool. So I'm using the same tool that puts me at even playing field. Now, how do I execute and implement better than that person over there? Brian did that in his market. Okay, he did that in his market, and he went from being a new investor in the most flooded market that we have in the entire country, and he went out there and he's winning almost $1 million in gross profits in the first year. Okay, no excuses. So the best SEO tool and training in the industry, you're gonna be able to access your stats, manage your leads a lot more. Right? I showed you some of the things. You're gonna be able to generate leads for motivated house sellers, buyers, tenant leads, seller finance leads, land buyers, notes, all kinds of stuff. Okay, and you'll be able to get rid of a lot of things. You'll be able to get rid of all these types of things. So just think about all the things that you're currently having to do in your business. If you have set up a website somewhere else, you try to make your own WordPress site or Wix site. We've seen so many people lose a ton of money by setting up a Wix, Weebly, Squarespace, or their own WordPress site. Like, I'm not even, like, it frustrates me so much seeing people go down that path because we see the data and we know what is going to work. And then we see that. It's like, man, right there, you're handicapping your business, and there's no way you're going to make this work for yourself. So you're going to be able to eliminate the hosting. Okay, you're going to have the fastest hosting in the world. We're on the Amazon cloud, and our tech stack is better than any other tech stack in the industry. SEO courses and experts at your fingertips. Okay, and you're going to get our core SEO course for free. Split testing software, you're going to be able to get rid of all those. Landing page software, get rid of lead pages, get rid of ClickFunnels, get rid of any of those. Content writers, link tracking software, transcription services, and more. You'll be able to get rid of coders, designers, tech guys, overpriced consultants, SEO tracking software. All these things add up. That's $20 a month here, $100 a month there, $500 consulting thing here. Google Analytics, okay, that right there, that's free if you want to go set it up yourself, but it's going to take you hours or a lot of time to set it up to the way that we have dialed it in for you to give you the right information. So time is money. Get rid of copywriters, WordPress plugins, the threat of hacks, all that kind of thing. All you have to work on is building credibility, implementing the plan, and being a real estate investor. That's all you got to focus on, all right? Okay, and what you'll be able to do with our SEO suite is you'll be able to track your keywords like I showed there and put in a keyword you want to rank for, and our system is going to tell you where you rank and how to rank higher, okay? We're going to be able to give you SEO suggestions. We're going to be able to tell you how to make your content that you write better optimized for Google. Our content is already optimized for Google pretty well, but we suggest that you tweak it up and personalize it so it's yours and it's unique. But use our SEO tools so you don't have to be an expert there. We have weekly coaching calls where you can ask any questions you want for me or Adrian on my team. And we're two of the biggest experts in the industry for real estate lead gen. Okay, and we are there every single Tuesday with you. Highly optimized site, a lot more. Okay, and you're gonna be able to do a lot of things in that SEO suite. And you're gonna be able to get access to the content marketing suite, which is pretty sweet. That's a lot of suites. Automate your blog posts. Okay, fire your content writers, gain credibility in your market. When people land on your website and they see this robust content, they're gonna go, man, these people are experts. Build trust with your visitors, save hours of writing content. Who on here wants to write content? Content's valuable, but hardly anyone wants to write it. Some people do. If you do, awesome. Use our SEO tools. We'll help you dial it in. Beef it up with our Content Pro posts, okay? You're gonna be able to save hours and save hundreds of dollars per month. And some people might be already Carrot customers, like, well, I'm already a Carrot customer, but I kind of want to take advantage of this too. I want to get the 6 months free. And that's one thing with Carrot. We always want to make sure our clients are at an advantage. We never want to make you guys feel that, oh, here's this offer Carrot's rolling out, you know, and because I joined a month earlier, I don't get it. We don't work that way, y'all. We're long-term thinkers. Culture and connection with our clients is number one. We love it. That's what we just thrive on every day. And if you're already a Carrot customer, you can get the same offer. Okay, you go to oncarrot.com/upgrade. Go to oncarrot.com/upgrade, and you're going to be able to go through there, grab the same offer, and we're going to extend your billing out 6 months. We're going to extend out your actual plan. That is, let me say what I'm saying here. If you're on the advanced marketer plan and you're paying $149 a month, we're going to extend your billing out 6 months. You're not going to have payments for 6 months. If you're on the core plan, paying $50 a month right now, we're going to upgrade you to an advanced marketer, unlock all these features, and then extend your billing out 6 months. You won't have another payment for 6 months. If you are currently advanced marketer and you've added on a bunch of extra websites as options, okay, we're going to extend out the $149 portion of your billing for 6 months. Okay, your extra websites and your agent Carrot and stuff like that, that's going to continue the normal billing. We're just going to stop the $149 portion of it and extend it out. Okay, so if you have any questions, let me know. All right, but don't worry, we'll help you upgrade the account. You're still going to get access to the same darn thing, guys. We want to see you succeed. So let me show you what Tyler said. He said, I was honestly nervous about switching over to Carrot. I'm a full-time investor. My livelihood was based on the #1 ranking I already had, and I couldn't lose. But I made the leap after researching a ton to realize you're the best and couldn't be happier. Not only retained the #1 ranking, but gained others. Plus, my conversion rate went up, and my leads doubled. The ROI has been made amazing. I'm closing another $30,000 profit deal next week. And I just recorded a podcast with him. I want you guys to listen to that podcast. It's going out, I think, Tuesday this next week. He walks through his whole journey from almost giving up real estate after 20 years to having his best start of his career ever these last 2 months, and exactly how he did it. Just so inspiring. It's the stuff I just walked you through, and you're going to get access to the same exact tools that he's got. Dan in Boise. I've been investing full-time for years in the Boise market. All my marketing was offline, but I saw it getting harder and harder. I knew I needed to get online, but was skeptical about how well things could work. Others in my market were already using Carrot, so I checked them out and jumped in. Fast forward, pretty much all my deals come from Carrot now, and I close 6 to 8 deals a month. Margins are higher. Consistency's been key. Okay, he went from his direct mail going down, nervous about online. He's not an online guy. He came aboard Carrot. He went through our concierge program where he decided to pay us money, extra money, to do all of the setup and do all of the customization and do his traffic for him, because that's what he chose. Most of our clients do the work themselves, and they just use our training and our coaching program. Okay. Martin says, I chose Carrot for performance. Hey, got a contract on today on a lead that came from SEO. I'll make at least $33K from that deal. Right here, I want to play this from Luke. Luke is actually a land investor, and this is pretty sweet. I love this interview that he did with this guy.
Many ways to skin a cat, but so I guess you're using Investor Carrot, is that right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Cool, and that's worked out pretty well for you.
Yeah. So I was using one of their competitors and not getting very many leads per day, as far as like buyers signing up for an email list. And then I actually was living in Roseburg, where my wife is from, Oregon, and that's where Trevor lives. And I didn't find him online. I ended up just meeting him in person.
Are you the guy that signed up at the office?
Yeah.
Okay, that's right. I heard him talking about that.
Yeah, Trevor's awesome. But where was I going with that thought? Then I switched to Carrot, and I don't know what it was, if it's like if I was getting just as many people coming to my website, but all I know is that after I have switched to Carrot, I'm getting an average of like probably 3 to 5 people signing up for my buyers list per day.
That's awesome, dude. That's really good. So I guess and you're not paying anything for that, right? That's just either finding it organically or going through your ads that you're posting anyway.
Yeah.
That's a great tip. I mean, you know, I guess we don't know if Craigslist is flagging and removing your ads for that or not, but it sounds like it's kind of worth it. I mean, if you can build a buyers list, I mean, that's a valuable asset to have. And if you sell properties in 20 hours, I mean, hey, it's probably worth the trouble to do whatever you have to send people there.
And it's really consistent too. Like the 700 people has all been from that since like September or October of last year, just me not doing anything. So
man, that's sweet. So is there, I don't know, is there anything you're willing to share about how your landing page is set up? Is it just like one single page? Is there like a video on it, or are you saying something special that's compelling them to sign up?
Yeah. So it really was all Trevor and Carrot. Like I just did the basic stuff. I honestly don't know all of their, magic that they put into it. I just know it works. I didn't really do a whole lot. I think they do have a template specifically for land investors now, but I think so I have a buying site and a selling site. I think I used a house version, and I had to go through and switch everything to land.
Sure.
That's not something I've really delved into a lot, and I guess that's kind of where I'm relying on Carrot and their expertise to make that work. Yeah.
So the thing I love about that interview right there, I mean, first of all, it's a land investor, so the same fundamentals work. But the thing that made me laugh when I saw that was he asked kind of what made it work, and he's like, "There's some sort of magic. I don't know what makes it work, right?" And that was what we were talking about in section number 2, secret number 2 of this training. Is it's not magic when it was like 700 to 800 small tweaks stacked up over years that made it work better. So on the outside, it looks like magic, but the thing is, it's almost impossible to replicate that, even if you try to see from the outside in what makes it work. So that's what we're passionate about, is make it so you guys don't have to do that. You don't have to do the 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 700 small tweaks to get the performance that matches up with this. You can just be an investor and focus on what you do best. I love that. And so this really is designed for all investors: wholesalers, flippers, landlords, rent-to-own, land and note investors, real estate agents. If you're an agent, this offer is available for you as well. We would move you over to Agent Carrot, and you would have one agent website there. Okay, so that's the only difference with the offer. If you're a real estate agent, is Agent Carrot is one website, not 3, because agents just don't need 3 sites. We have a lot of features within Agent Carrot, which is pretty cool. So what you're going to get, guys and gals, you're going to get 6 months free of the Advanced Marketer Suite. Okay, it's normally $149 a month, but that's just the value that we charge. You get a lot more value from that. Content Pro marketing system, all those articles. Okay, you're going to get 24 articles per month that you can schedule through 8 buyer, 8 seller, 8 kind of a floating topic, so you can always be up to date, always have fresh, great localized content on your website. Access to any new inbound marketing features we build into that, because that's our highest plan. Okay, you're going to get access to our weekly live group coaching calls, and you're also going to get access to the Market Leaders Revealed Masterclass. So what we've been doing the last 8 weeks or so is we brought on some of these market leaders, some of the ones we found in the data that are crushing it in the market, and we said, okay, so of those people that are doing it, I texted them that day that I did this in December. I said, hey guys, would you guys be game to hop on and just like show stuff that you're doing that you've never shown anyone before? And none of these people are gurus. Okay, none of these people are gurus. They're all people just going out there and doing it. And the cool thing is, I picked people from around the country, small markets, big markets. I picked people who are doing different types of methodologies. They're not doing the exact same thing. Okay, these 2 people are crushing with SEO, but slightly different. I'm going to show you how they're doing it. This guy here is amazing with direct mail in a different way that I've ever seen anyone doing it in any market, but then he has $130,000 of profits on online as well. This person over here is nailing cold calling, and he shows you his scripts, he shows you all that stuff, but then he shows you how he's crushing it with pay-per-click too. So what happens is, the one thing that's common about all of these is they all leverage an online platform and center to amplify all their marketing. And if you guys go through this Market Leaders Reveal Masterclass, which we're almost through the 8 sessions of it, we have the next one, I think it's in a week or 2, with Brian Rockwell. So we haven't done that one yet. You're going to be able to get on live with Brian Rockwell, and he's going to show you how he went from 0 to 700,000 behind the scenes, everything that he did along the way. I said, dude, break it apart every quarter. What did you do each quarter? What did you do? What did you do? What failures did you have? What successes did you have? And he's going to walk through it. If you're an advanced user and you're closing tons of deals, you're going to go to Kylie Newbold, the Facebook guy who spent almost over $1 million in Facebook ads for sellers in the past year and a half. Okay, Max Maxwell is closing tons of deals. We have people for everything in here. You're going to be able to get access to the recording of the ones that we've had, any live ones we do in the future, the execution plan, their slides, and their actual marketing pieces. Okay, so we're doing the calls live. Most of the calls are already recorded now. We have still some more live that you're going to be able to access live if you join this offer now. And it's 8+ of our most prolific lead generators. One we just locked down was Brad Chandler. So I was talking to Brad Chandler earlier in the week. I'm like, dude, can you hop on and like teach people behind the scenes what you guys are doing to overtake the market and be one of the largest home buyers in America? Can you teach us that? And can you teach us how you actually structured your business so you barely work in your business today? And he's like, game, I'm doing it. So that right there could change your world. Only that call with Brad, we're gonna be doing that one probably in April or May. And you're gonna get access to that one as well. Okay, small markets, big markets, all kinds of different niches. We're gonna be walking you through that, crushing it. So you're gonna get that in addition to everything else. Also, you might be going, okay, what else do you need to be successful? So we're giving you the tool. We're giving you the weekly coaching calls that we have every Tuesday. We're giving you the Market Leaders Revealed training so you can go and pick and choose the strategies that these leaders are doing to crush it in this market. You need to get traffic though. So each one of those people are going to teach you how they're driving traffic and how they're getting leads. But we're going to give you our core traffic training, which we call the 3 lead per day training. We've sold thousands of copies of this, and you're going to get this for free. Okay, it's SEO training, our core SEO training, all the way from the basics and beginners to advanced. If you want to be an advanced SEO person, you don't know anything about it, you can do it. If you're already advanced, you're going to learn some stuff here. If you want to outsource it, send your VA into this training that you're going to get. Okay, you're going to get pay-per-click training. So breaking this offer down, you're going to be able to get 6 months of Advanced Marketer for free, Market Leaders Revealed Masterclass, the Content Pro marketing system, access to new inbound marketing suite, weekly live group coaching calls that we do every single Tuesday. If you have any questions, we're never going to leave you hanging. Like so, that's where you go and implement, and then you go, okay, I know these guys have been doing this for years. I'm going to go there and ask the question. I'm ranked at the bottom of page 2. Exactly what do I need to do this next week to rank higher? Or can you look at my website and make sure I made the right adjustments? Or my pay-per-click isn't quite working as well. Never have to go to Bigger Pockets again for those questions, guys. You come to us, and we're going to show you how to do it. And that alone can literally make the difference between you crushing this year or not. Okay, you're gonna be able to get the 3 lead per day masterclass and our Facebook leads course that we put out. And this is normally sells for $200 every single day. You're gonna get this for free too. Okay, we're gonna show you everything that you need to do on how to set up your pay-per-click or your Google, your Facebook retargeting, what your ads should look like, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so add that on. That's another $1,000 value. We only charge $200 for it now, but it's a $1,000 value easily, and that's gonna start adding up. So if you're thinking about Carrot, and you're successful offline, but no online presence, I tell you what, if you're not getting ahead of that curve, you're going to end up finding your momentum going the other way. You need to get online, y'all. You need to get online and trust what some of the biggest investors in the country are doing to do that. Just focus on being an investor. Let us focus on the hard stuff. And then you just wrap your goodness around our framework. Okay, let's say you're online, but not consistently generating leads or deals that turn into deals. It's like, at the mastermind I was at recently, there were people who were getting leads, but I guarantee you, looking at their websites and their marketing strategy, they weren't getting as many leads as they should be getting. So you might be consistently getting leads like Tom was, but you might be losing a ton and don't even know it. Okay, we can help you get rid of that. Or if you want to ramp it up and don't know how, don't want to become the SEO tech or conversion expert, we've got you covered. We've got you covered here, y'all. All right, that's something we're crazy pumped about. So here's a question. If all this did was help you save one lost deal from an underperforming website or bad marketing strategy this year, just one lost deal, helping you save that, would it be worth it? If your average profit deal is 20K, what would you pay to recapture that 20K? Would you pay 10,000? Would you pay 15 grand to recapture that 20K that should be yours? Would you pay 5? You know, what if it would give you the ability to cancel $100 a month in other services that are already included in Carrot? Like, let's say you're already paying other places $50 or 100 or 150 or $200 a month that we just bake into this system. That alone would make it a no-brainer. You know, what if it would save you several months and thousands of dollars trying to get it right yourself? We even have some people who join Carrot. They don't wrap their heads around how this thing's built. They'll go and then build a Wix site because they're trying to save a few bucks. And I look at it and go, oh my gosh, if you're driving any traffic to that thing at all, you're losing so much money. Okay, I want to save you that months and several thousand or tens of thousands of dollars trying to get it right yourself, y'all. Just be an investor. Okay, let us help you there. Okay, this is the hard way. This is the way that a lot of people do it. And this is the way that I was doing it for 8 years before we finally figured it out, and before we finally built it into what we now have, which is Carrot. You'd have to come up with the right strategy first of all. Okay, and that's the foundation. You can have the wrong strategy, and that's going to set you off the wrong foot right away. Then you have to go hire a web guy who actually knows what they're doing to build a high converting website. 9.5 out of 10 don't. Okay, they just don't. Then you have to go write content. You have to hire a copywriter to do that. That's over $1,000 to hire a good conversion rate optimization experienced copywriter who writes for SEO. You have to hire an SEO firm to dial in your website, or you have to spend hundreds of hours or dozens of hours learning it. Okay, then you have to buy all the plugins that everyone tells you need to get for your WordPress site, and hope that those plugins don't have vulnerabilities that let hackers in and mess your stuff up. That happens all the time. Then you got to go get web hosting, but you can't get the cheap web hosting because the cheap web hosting is some of the worst stuff you can get, and it makes your website load slow, which is a big deal in your SEO rankings. And also, you can have the risk of having your website fall down and be turned off. Like we've had a ton of people come to us and say, "Hey, I was on a shared hosting account paying $10 a month. I thought I was saving because I didn't really understand all this techie hosty stuff. And what happened was my site went down for 2 days, and it was some weird thing with my host. You know, what if they would have got a lead that day that would have turned into a $20,000 deal? Is it worth cheap web hosting? You got to go get at least $30 to $50 a month web hosting, which is called a virtual private server. Okay, we have more advanced hosting than that. You got to get other software for your split test. You got to fix your hacker exploits, $450, ongoing cost to maintain all this stuff, and have your web person update it on mobile updates and this and that. Minimum 5 to 15K, 5 to 16K to do it right. That website I showed you before, Jason, 15K website, and hundreds of hours to get it right. Okay, so what we're going to do today, okay, and I'm just going to be one guy. I'm going to be shameless in this because this is something I'm passionate about, and I'm crazy passionate about. Not necessarily generating leads with investors and agents. That's the byproduct of it. It's kind of our vehicle on how we can really unleash entrepreneurs. We have an entrepreneur group here in Roseburg that we've started that is the most active entrepreneur group in all of Oregon outside of Portland, Bend, and Eugene. It's because we're passionate about what entrepreneurs can do. And I found in my own story, my own journey, when I built my business the wrong way, when I didn't have consistent, predictable lead flow, when I didn't focus on performance, when I finally figured it out over years and years of testing what actual high performance was, that's when I'm like, man, this finally unlocked that dream that I was going after as an entrepreneur. I finally figured out how to gain consistency, predictability in my lead flow. I finally have that freedom, the flexibility that I'm looking for, so I can go out there and make the impact. And I want you guys to do the same thing. Okay, so go to oncarrot.com/start. And if you guys go there, let's go and pull it up right here, oncarrot.com/start. oncarrot.com/start. I've already seen some people come through. I've already seen several upgrades come through, which is awesome. So you're going to go to this page right here, and it's going to run through what you're going to get once again. And the offer, y'all, is only $9.97 today. Okay, what that's going to get for you is you're going to be able to get the entire Market Leaders Reveal Masterclass. You're going to be able to get all the bonuses that we throw at you. The Facebook leads training, the 3 leads per day course. You're going to get our weekly coaching calls when you ever need any strategy help. We're never going to leave you hanging. We have amazing support. We're going to give you 6 months of our highest plan for free. That's normally $149 a month. Okay, normally $149 a month. So add that up. What's 149 times 6? Okay, 149 times 6. 149 times 6. Terrible. I've got to use a calculator. This is $894. So that right there, we're basically waiving $894 in payments, and it only costs you $9.97 to get this offer. Okay, this offer does end Sunday at midnight. That way you guys can have a few days to look at this stuff and check it out. But don't wait too long because I've got some bonuses for y'all who want to be fast action people. All right. So once again, go to our pricing page, check it out. This plan that you're going to be getting, the Advanced Marketer plan, is $149 a month. And you're going to be getting that for free for 6 months. Just go to oncarrot.com/start. And you really have 2 choices as an entrepreneur. And I had to make the same choice as well many times in my business. It's like, do you take the leap or do you not? And do you go out there and trust the consensus that this is what works, and trust the process, and put your head down and don't say, if this thing works, I'll be successful. Say, I know this works. It's only a matter of when, and I've got to put my head down and work it. You have 2 choices. Your first option, we all have this option, is we can do nothing. You can choose not to take this leap of faith, which is, it's 100% risk-free. So it's not even really leap of faith. I mean, you can dive in and have your first website set up within minutes. And 28 days from now, you can say, you know what? I just realized I'm not ready to ramp up my business. I'm just not ready to ramp up my business, okay? Because we know the tool works. We know the tool works. We know the training works. We know the resources are there. Even if you don't want to do the work, we can show you services and things like that, do the work for you if you want to hire it out. So the only variable is like, are you willing to commit and make this thing work? So you can do nothing. That's totally fine. That's totally fine, because you making this decision doesn't change my life. You know, the extra $1,000 is not going to change my situation at all. Okay, it's not going to change my situation at all, but it could change yours. It could completely change yours this year. That podcast I did with Tyler Ford today, he said I was getting ready to close my business down at the start of 2017. After 20 years, the worst year he'd ever had in business. Fast forward to this year, the best start of the year he'd ever had, after building momentum and doing what we teach and having the exact same tool, and saying I'm the most excited about my business I've ever been. I'm making the most profits I've ever made, and I'm crushing my market. The only decision he made was he said, I'm going to take this leap of faith. He's going to jump in. He got started. He was skeptical. He actually drove up to Roseburg, Oregon from Arizona, mountain biked on the trail, camped up there, came to our office for half a day to vet us out. He joined us. Let's go to oncarrot.com, start. And he executed. He put his head down and implemented, trusted the system, and he's being rewarded for it. But the cool thing is you've got a 30-day guarantee. So after you sign up today, if you don't like it for any reason, just let me know. Within 30 days, we'll get your money back. Okay, like I said, the only variable there is we know it works. There's proof everywhere. I don't have to show you guys more proof. If you want to see proof, let me know how many testimonials and case studies and investors you want me to introduce you to that have seen success with it. I think you'll be able to find out, okay, the thing works. The training works. Then you just go, okay, am I going to work it? Okay, but we do have a guarantee to protect you. And like I said, the real question is it worth investing a few minutes of your time to really check it out and set up your first site and get started and make your investment back 10 times when you close your first deal? And part of it too is there's this mystery there, right? There's this mystery where you know that after seeing all these investors saying that they switched over because it worked better, there's this mystery where you're like, how do I know how much better it's working? You just really don't know until you test it and do it. And like Tom, if he would not have made that leap, and if he would have stuck to it and said, it's like, I like my site, it's getting leads, I'm just going to make a couple of updates, he would have given up over $400,000 in profits this year, because he was being stubborn and didn't take the leap of faith, but he did. Let's go to oncarrot.com/start, y'all. Okay, so what you're going to get, recapping it, 6 months of advanced marketer for free. Our highest plan, normally $149 a month. You're going to get that for free. Then it's going to renew at the 6-month mark. Okay, so it's going to renew at that plan. At any time you can downgrade. So in 6 months, if you're like, hey, you know what, I love it, but I'm going to go to the Content Pro plan and down to the $100 a month. Sweet, just let us know right before that happens, and we'll downgrade you. Sweet, okay. Just let us know that. If you want to stay at that plan, sweet, automatically that billing is going to hit. Okay, just for convenience for it, it's automatically going to hit. So don't come back to me in 6.5 months and say, I didn't know I was going to get hit with the payment. Okay, we're all adults here. We're all business owners. Take responsibility for your own actions here, and make sure that you're putting a note in your calendar that this is something that will renew. It's just like your cable bill. Okay, you don't hit the cable company and say, why'd you bill me next month? This is a bill that will hit in 6 months, but by that time, we want to give you the 6 months to invest and dive into the training and start to work on these things and start to execute the training and start to dive into our coaching and have us help you through it. And during that 6 months, we hope to get you momentum. And like Michael, who's on this call, and we did not plan this. He came on the call and was like, man, I've closed a few deals with Carrot already. He's a young guy trying to work his way into full-time investor, and he's got a $7,000 deal closing really soon, and he just upgraded to this package. And so it's like, man, I want to see you get some of that momentum. This package is valued at over 12 grand. You get it for $9.97 a day. But we got a few fast action bonuses, and I'll answer some questions. I'm gonna get home. I'm gonna get home and go to my family. This call is running a little bit longer than normal. Is go to oncarrot.com/start. But I'm gonna give you some fast action bonuses. So every single person who joins in this next 48 hours, okay, we're gonna swag you guys up. Okay, that's one thing we love here at Cares. We love having fun. And we love just culture and just bringing you into our ecosystem. We're going to give you one of the most comfortable t-shirts in the world, according to Max Maxwell, which is why he wears his orange Carrot shirt doing deals on YouTube videos. He's one of the top home buyers, if not top home buyer in North Carolina. Okay, we're going to send you out your size, amazingly comfortable shirt, just like Jamie's wearing there, Carrot shirt. You're also going to get one of our Carrot buds. We make a whole line of dolls. It's fun, it's dumb, but it's awesome. Okay, we send out tons of them every year to clients who hit milestones. We're bumping that milestone up for you. We're going to give you a Carrot doll. It can be Super Carrot, Farmer Carrot, Agent Carrot, Normal Carrot, Carrot Gal. We're making Coach Carrot here shortly. Anyone who joins the first 48 hours, you're going to get that. It's fun. It's awesome. Not very valuable, but awesome. Okay. So next, bonus number 2 is this right here. First 24 hours only, you're going to get a one-on-one coaching call with a Carrot coach. Okay. We suggest you don't schedule this right away. Okay. We don't want people to schedule this tomorrow or Monday or Tuesday or next week or 2 weeks out. Okay. What we want you to do is go through the proper cadence, go in and set up your first site, go into some of the training, engage with our support, hop on next week's coaching call. We do them every single Tuesday at 11 o'clock Pacific time. They're live, and we're going to answer any of your questions on there. Okay, once you've kind of got your bearings and you're about 30, 35, 40, 45 days in, now set up your call with our coach. Okay, at that point, you've got your bearings, you kind of wrap your head around some things, and we can help to hone in your strategy there. Okay, so that's something that is normally a $297 value. You're going to get that included in this offer. Anyone who joins the first 24 hours and only the first 24 hours, because this is something we can't have 500 people doing. We don't have the bandwidth to do it. Okay, so ideally your call is going to be scheduled 3 to 6 weeks out. That's the normal time frame, so we can really make the most difference for you. Okay, but between now and then, hop on our coaching calls, hop on our training, and this one's for the first 25 people only. Okay, first 25 people only. And this right here is what I mentioned before, that one of the biggest things you can do to make your marketing perform better is, frankly, to have your marketing dialed in at the front. And way too many people come to us and say, man, I'm driving traffic here, I'm getting some leads, but not as many, it's not converting as well. If they're doing pay-per-click, the first thing we look at, if they're a Carrot client, because we know their website's dialed in with the performance stuff, we go over and look at their pay-per-click account. And 9 times out of 10, they've got some fundamental mistakes that they've made setting up the Google AdWords. And you would normally pay an AdWords consultant $500 to $1,000 minimum to go in and set up an optimized, customized campaign for real estate investing for house sellers specifically. Okay, we're going to give you our spreadsheet, the same exact spreadsheet that we take, and we import this in. If we're going to start marketing for big investor XYZ in whatever market, this is exactly the spreadsheet that my internal pay-per-click guy starts with every single time. It's going to show you the campaigns, all the ads, the ad copy, the targeting, the keywords, all that stuff is all in there. You import it. Then we have a video walking you through how to go in there and customize the things you need to customize for your bid strategy, and putting, adjusting some of your ads so it's local to your market. That right there is easily a value of $1,000 to $1,500. Or if you run a pay-per-click campaign that's not dialed in, it's worth way more than that because you lost a bunch of money sending through a bad campaign. First 25 only. Go to oncarrot.com/start, and you're going to get that one too. Okay, so recapping these, everyone in the first 48 hours, Carrot t-shirt, most comfortable t-shirts in the world, collectible Carrot doll, awesomeness, not worth much, but it's cool. And the bonus number 2, first 24 hours only, you're gonna be able to get a one-on-one coaching call with us in the next 3 to 6 weeks. Number 3, first 25 people only, and we're hard at that. If you're person number 26, you cannot get this, okay? We've already seen, there's already a slew of people that have upgraded and added it. So make sure if you want in on that bonus right there, that one right there pays for your entire package if you are going to do pay-per-click. Go to oncarrot.com/start. Okay. And like I said, if you're a Carrot customer already, just go to oncarrot.com/upgrade. And then what's going to happen is you're going to click the button. You're going to then say, I want to take this. It's going to send a message to our team. And in the next 2 to 3 days, because we have to do it manually behind the scenes, in the next 2 to 3 days, we're then going to recognize that and go, okay, cool. We're going to upgrade your account to Advanced Marketer. We're going to run the charge for $997 right away. Okay. And then we're going to bump your next billing date back 6 months. So that's kind of the cadence that's going to happen if you're an existing customer. You're going to go to upgrade/upgrade. Our team's going to get it. It's a Thursday right now. So it's like, it might happen on the weekend. It might be Monday or Tuesday that the upgrade happens. Okay. You're going to get access to the entire Market Leaders Revealed training right when the upgrade happens. You're going to get access to all the other trainings right when it happens. You're going to then get emails with the access to the different bonuses. We're going to pause your billing of your actual plan for 6 months. Like I said, if you're on Agent Carrot and you've added a bunch of websites and this and that, we're only going to pause the part that's the $149 a month. Okay, if there's any extra websites and things like that, that's going to continue because that's not a part of this. But that basically pays for your whole upgrade. $149 a month times 6 months is $897, I think it was. So basically, this offer is only like $103 for you. That's it. So it's, if you look at it this way, if you were going to buy one of our other trainings, it's free because you get those anyway. All right. So what's one extra closed deal per year worth for you? Is it 5K? Is it 10K? That's what I want you to look at. That's performance thinking. That's performance thinking. When we start to look at how do we save a few bucks, that's when we actually lose the most money. Okay. If you're trying to save 50 bucks by going over here to something that isn't performing as well, or 100 bucks or whatever it is, and you actually lose 10K, 20K, $30,000 because of performance, how much are you saving? And what about 2 or 3 deals lost or gained this year? And how much could your life change with those extra deals? Tom Caffarel's, his business has changed because he's getting so many more deals. Tyler Ford's business, I want you guys to listen to that podcast Tuesday next week. His business and life changed. He loves his business now. He hated it before. And on that podcast, I'm like, what would you attribute to? He's like, dude, carrot. He goes, man, I was getting ready to give up my business. And I went through all in, did exactly what you guys did. I was skeptical. I drove up to Roseburg to even vet you guys out. I don't suggest everyone does that. You can come here. We'd love to have you here. But he did that and he executed it. It's long-term momentum. This isn't going to happen overnight, and it takes work. But his business changed, highly profitable, loves his business, and excited about real estate again. Here's 10 questions we usually get. Okay, so what happens after the first 6 months? Once again, it's going to go automatically into the advanced marketer monthly bill, which is $149 a month. So automatically, that first $149 payment is going to happen in 6 months. But between there, you're going to have no monthly payments, just this $997 payment today. And it's automatic. So once again, don't email us saying, I didn't know it was going to hit. It's going to hit. Okay, so just make sure you're planning ahead. And ideally, by that time, we have you build momentum, and you're just going to be looking at that investment going, oh my gosh, that's the most no-brainer $149 a month that I will ever spend in my business. We hear that all the time, every single day here at Carrot. The best investment I've ever made in my real estate business. This, that, and the other. But you can always downgrade to a different plan. What if I want to be fully hands-off? Let's say you're closing a bunch of deals, you want to be fully hands-off. We do have what we call the concierge level services to cater towards more experienced investors and or people who just don't want to do any of the work, but they have the money to outsource it. Okay, so we have our marketplace to outsource things, and we have our concierge level. So just reach out to support. If you're like, I love this, I want to do it, but I just don't want to do any of the work, just know you got to pay for it. Okay, but connect with our support afterwards, and we can help you out. What if you already have Carrot? Upgrade. Go down carrot.com/upgrade. You're going to be able to get the offer. We'll bump out your billing 6 months. As far as the actual part of the plan, that's the $149 a month. Anything over the $149 a month, of course, is going to continue, like your extra websites or that kind of thing. How will the Market Leaders Revealed training unfold? So like I said, you guys are coming in about week 7 and week 8. So Brian Rockwell's training is going to be live in about a week or 2. We'll let you guys know when it is. Okay. And he's going to walk through his journey. Brad Chandler, one of the top probably 5 home buyers in all of America. His is going to be in April or May. Okay. So you're going to be able to get on live with Brad. We're going to show him behind the scenes how he generates like 50 leads a day. Okay. Maybe more now. We're going to show you how he's built this business, structured to it so where it doesn't work in the business anymore. It took him a while. But we're going to show you all that stuff, and he'll be able to answer all your questions. Well, you have to put money into marketing. You definitely will. So it's either money or time. So Tyler Ford has put 0 money into marketing. Okay. What he did is he put time in. He put his head down, went through our 3 lead per day training, engaged our weekly coaching calls, and he put time in. Okay. If you want to do any of the traffic stacking methodology with Google AdWords or Facebook, then you will have to put money into those, of course. Do you need hosting? You do not need hosting, but you do have to have a domain name. So you can buy a domain name anywhere, GoDaddy, whatever. You can bring your current domain name over to Carrot. You can leave your current system, bring it over to Carrot and attach it. All that can happen. But yes, you will never have to buy hosting again. And you're on the fastest hosting you could possibly get in this industry. Oh, and if you're a real estate agent, can you still use Carrot? And there's a question here actually that says, I'm a real estate agent. And I'm a real estate agent. I would understand I would get 1 website, not 3. Is there a price differential for agents? So there's not a price differential, and the main reason for that, and that's out of Lexington, Massachusetts, is because we have different features that are built in the agent side of things, and also there's just a different feature set that we're going to be continuing to build. Okay, 90% of the feature set overlaps, but most of the agents do not need. I mean, I don't know any agent that needs more than 1 website. It's just a different methodology. For that. Now you'll get unlimited landing pages on there. We're going to be building out some other features that are like that are property specific websites sometime in 2018. That'll be included in there. But you can always add on Investor Carrot to your Agent Carrot subscription. Okay, which is another $100 a month, and that'll then unlock an extra 3 websites over there on the investor side of things if you want to. Okay, great question. Lots of people use Carrot in my market. Does that matter? So kind of going back to Brian Rockwell's thing, it's more of a mindset issue than an actual market issue. So Brian was in the most competitive market we have in the country, Dallas. and he went into it and said, hey, Carrot is obviously the highest performing tool out there. Obviously it is. I'm going to use that tool. And then he's like, I'm just going to out-compete and outperform these people. And he did. Even though he came into the market 3 years after other Carrot members who had been there forever, he implemented it, out-executed, and pulled the rug out from underneath them. So it's a mindset issue that a lot of people do have. And also you can go in and customize your website. Okay, so you can personalize it. You can make it look amazing, make it look different while still retaining what makes Carrot work great, or you can hire us to help you dial it in for you. And is Carrot mainly for SEO? No, we have a lot of people that don't use Carrot for SEO at all. Okay, a lot of people who just do direct mail. And they're using Carrot, so when people Google search them with their direct mail, they land on a high converting mobile optimized website that looks great, that they never have to worry about. A lot of people just use Carrot for pay-per-click. Some people are crushing it just on Craigslist. Okay, so what Carrot is for is if you're going to drive a qualified prospect to the website, we're going to help you convert it better than anything else and make it easier on you to be an investor. All right, on carrot.com/start. So let me answer a few questions. My gut's hurting right now. Maybe I didn't drink enough water. It's a long call, but a blast. I love doing this stuff, y'all. Michael, great question, man. Says, this is off topic, but I want to create my cash buyer site. And would you recommend I create a completely different name or add on to my existing domain name, or maybe use my first and last name as a domain? So are you talking that you have your existing domain name, which is a motivated house seller domain? Is that the one you're talking about? So you technically could do it on a subdomain. Like you could do, I don't remember what your domain name is, but let's say it's michaelbuyshouses.com. You could do investors or investment or properties.michaelbuyshouses.com. I'm not a fan of that because then the Michael Buys Houses doesn't make sense to the person who's going out there looking to buy investment properties. What I like to do is I like to split them off. And there's a couple of reasons. Because you don't want to put a cash buyer website mixed in with the house seller website, because you don't want your house seller's attention being distracted by the cash buyer information. Okay, and we found that in tons of tests that it does not work very well when you distract them massively like that. But what we suggest is you could do like, discount properties, Claremont, .com or investment properties by Michael.com, like whatever it is, right? Yeah, so ighomesolutions.com. Okay, yeah, with that URL, that makes more sense then. So you could do properties or deals.ighomesolutions.com. You could totally do that. Deals.ighomesolutions.com. And then you would set up another Carrot site on that. And then on your domain registrar side, you would just have to, or have our support team help you. You would just have to then attach, you have to create a subdomain on your domain registrar and then do the CNAME to that. I know that sounds complicated, but our support team can help you with it. So technically you can do that. If it were my choice, I would do a different domain, but that way we'll work with that, with the IG Home Solutions too. Yep. Do you guys have any more questions? If you guys have questions popping through, I'm going to get ready to bounce. I know you guys have been amazing being on this call. I always love doing these calls. Like I said, it's just a blast to me to be able to do this. And there's a few reasons I want to run by you guys just to hammer this home. It's like, why should you use Carrot? This is going to sound way anti what you're even thinking, but because it's more expensive, okay? Because we are more expensive than other solutions, we really build this thing for serious entrepreneurs. We're not out there trying to be the Walmart of real estate investing. What happens when you do the Walmart of real estate investing is you get a lower quality and you end up sacrificing performance. You sacrifice support and the support structure too. So we are not the cheapest in the market, never will be. Our aim is always to be the highest ROI in the market, to always put more money in your pocket, okay? And also the extra cost goes into testing, tweaking, optimizing, and really building out an amazing support structure. We have 20 employees here at Carrot, okay? And we're building more and more team members right now. And just ask around, our reputation is second to none, okay? And you'll also be able to just get better results. I mean, just frankly, if you get one extra deal with us, that's what we want you to look at, is the performance side of things, okay? So I'm gonna go back to this page here and just make sure you guys recognize those bonuses, all that you're gonna be getting here, and answer a couple more questions, and then we will get out of here for the night, eat some dinner. Okay, looks like, sweet, man. Roy's like, done, good stuff, awesome, Trevor. This person's from Gresham, Oregon, man. What's up? Interested. So yeah, let me know if there's any questions there. Glad to help you, fellow Oregonian. I love it. Yeah, on the agent side of things, same thing. Like I said, that's something where if you want to also do the real estate investment side, you can add on Investor Carrot after you join. Okay. actually what you would do is when you join, you're going to be joining Investor Carrot. You'd reach out to support and say, hey, I want Agent Carrot also. And so what you would do is you would join this plan. Here's what you'll do. Okay, you'll join this plan. And that's going to put you into to Investor Carrot at the Advanced Marketer plan for 6 months. You're going to extend out no billing for 6 months, right? And you're going to get all 3 websites as an investor. Then you can add on Agent Carrot when you're inside of there, which is another $100 a month. And then if you want to add IDX, it's another $50 a month. And the reason I'm bringing this up is if you look at the top solutions, Playster, Easy Agent Pro, some other ones, we're right in the middle, if not a little bit lower. When you compare the feature set than those other guys, when you add on IDX and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so yeah, just reach out. We can hop on a phone call or answer your questions if you have any questions on the agent side. Sweet. Well, guys and gals, I just want to finish this last thing with you. Like I said, go to oncarrot.com. Awesome, Mike. Mike said Mike Thornton out of Alpharetta, Georgia, upgraded my man. Falling in love with the numbers, dude. The numbers are what's going to save you. You know, it's like it's so easy as an entrepreneur to have your emotions guide what we do. So easy to have our emotions guide what we do. And I got caught in that trap so bad in the first 3, 4, 5 years being an entrepreneur. And I still get myself caught in that trap today. I do. And what I always do when I find myself get stuck with emotions to make decisions is I immediately go, okay, let me look at the numbers. Let me trust the math. When you can trust the math and you can trust the performance side of the math, you win. You win. Okay. And the cool thing with this is we help you take care of all that part in the middle where you don't have to be a conversion rate expert. Okay. We're going to make it to where just like Tom Caffarello and Tyler Ford and thousands of other people, we help you jump that line. We bake in 10 years of my experience and our team's experience into this tool for you. So you don't have to do that. You can be an investor. You can go in there and customize your website as far as your credibility, your branding, update some of your content so it's more unique to you. Get your own domain on there. We can help you with that stuff. And then you just actually have to execute the plan. And if you don't want to execute it, then you go find someone or hire someone to help you with it, or hire us, or go into our marketplace to have us help you. We have options in our marketplace to do a lot of this stuff for you. You just go in there and pick and choose the things you don't want to do. And then you look at the price and you do it. And all of our prices are set very competitively. They're set very fair, and they're set in ways to where we want to make sure that you succeed, right? Michael, great question, man. Michael says, do you guys have anything big in the works for 2018 after Agent Carrot? So yeah, we've got a bunch of things we're updating on our lead manager, Michael. So we understand that's one thing that we've never focused on creating a real CRM. Like, we've been anti us creating a CRM, and we're like, hey, we're going to create a really great lead manager so you can go inside of the system, you know, and you can manage your leads. You know, that's something we've been great at creating as a lead manager. You know, right here, I'm just going to go to leads. Like, I can go in there and you guys can use this to manage this stuff. Like, you just move that lead, you go in here and, okay, cool, this one's in follow-up, or yep, I won that deal and I move it over there. I can make notes and your team can make notes, and you can look in here and look at the actual street view of the property and see where the property is. And we pipe Zillow data in there, and you can add all kinds of, like, you can do all that stuff in here. Okay, we're adding some things in here for appointment scheduling and appointments on your Google Calendar. We're going to be beefing up some other things on here, some like call tracking things we're looking at for 2018. So we are doing a bunch of big stuff for 2018. It's mainly around how do you better manage the leads and better manage your overall lead data, okay? And then continuing to focus on integration. So if you use Podio or anything like that, we're going to continue to make it so it's amazing on the integration side of things. Some other big things we're rolling out this year too, but kind of have those under wraps, and we'll let you guys know about them when we're going to be in there. All right. Good question though. I don't know if you guys ever have done this, but where you've talked for 3.5 hours and you have a side ache, kind of like if you run after you've ate or not drank enough water. I literally have one of those side aches right now, y'all. I got to get out of here. I got to get out here and get you guys, those of you on the East Coast, got to get you guys off here, go to bed. Think about your dreams. Think about where you want to go this year as a business. Think about, do you want momentum? Do you like where you are right now with your momentum? If you're not happy with your momentum right now, you have to make a change. You have to. If you don't make a change, you're going to be exactly this time next year where you are right now. And that's that decision I want you to make. Is this that opportunity for you, like it was with Tyler, to where he was getting ready to give up his business after 20 years because he hated it and he was failing and things were not working the way he wanted to where now it's his He loves it and he's looking forward to work and he's highly profitable and he's got momentum. Which version of that do you want? And is Carrot the tool that can help you get there? I'm confident it can. I'm confident it will if you commit to it as much as we commit to you. Okay, that's the one promise I'm going to give you is that we're going to commit to you 10 times more than we expect you to commit to us, but we do expect you to commit. And not really to us, to yourself. Okay, that's the biggest thing that disappoints me. And that's the reason I'm still talking to y'all is like, I'm so passionate that when you do this, your business and life changes. It's happened to me. It's happened to so many other people. And I hate seeing entrepreneurs join the entrepreneurial dream and not have it because it happened to me. I've done tons of podcasts on this topic and I do not want you to have that. It's crushing. It sucks. Okay. This right here is what helped me out of it. And we're helping so many other people out of the same thing. And hopefully you find a passion. Hopefully you find your mission when you start to build that consistent, predictable business that might be unrelated to real estate at all. But this business fuels that passion. And I don't want you to be the person I literally saw on our system today, join Carrot, was a week in and said, it looks like it's too hard for me. I have to actually implement things. If that's the mindset, I please urge you to not join. Please don't join. Okay, go out there, read some books, read The Go-Giver, read The Science of Getting Rich, read The Secret, get your mindset right, and then come back. We'd love to help you. Okay, I got a jet, guys and gals. I'm out of here. Michael says, nice, keep up the great work. Just your customer service alone is what makes you guys stand out. Dude, that makes me happy. We'll end it with that. Go to oncarrot.com/start, or if you're an existing customer, go to oncarrot.com/upgrade. We'd love to commit to you further. Have an amazing year with you. We'll talk to you soon. See y'all. Thank you guys for joining us tonight.